together a good plan and simplified it some so that our DBs, who are good athletes and can play, just going to get back there, just cut it loose and just play, make play on the ball. You know, I'll be as much as I spend on the offensive side, I'll be as happy as I will be watching one of these guys pick one off maybe and return it for 6 points or something, because all the hard work they put in, and Coach Shaw spends a ton of extra time with those guys, and you know, they're definitely trying their hardest. And sometimes, like you said before, ball bounces the wrong way for us sometimes.
Every now and then.
So it's Coach Shaw's fault that these interceptions keep hitting us right in the hands of our guy. Oh, my goodness.
Well, you know, I'm not going to talk bad about our guys, but DBs are bad receivers.
There ain't no doubt. There ain't no doubt.
So we've had some guys.
We've had some opportunities, man. Kills me.
If Toby Kinghorn's listening, I know he's probably sick. I think Toby had 2 the last 2 weeks.
That's right.
You know how many of those balls he picks off in practice, though?
He does it?
Yeah, he does not miss them in practice.
And it must just be the bright light.
Come on, man.
Well, Coach, listen, I don't want to keep you any later on a Monday night or a Thursday night here. We've got John Meadows over there. He's ready to get home, but we're going to be there tomorrow night, folks. 7:00 kickoff. Reminder: at halftime, Jackie and I are going to give you a chance with American Recycling to win a couple of Jaguar Jets tickets on Sunday. So you'll want to do that. You'll want to listen in tomorrow night, 97.5 FM WFBB. And, Coach, as always, best of luck. Let's move this thing to 6-3, and then we're starting to smell the playoffs a little bit, which is exciting.
Yep, we need to take care of business, and guys are ready to go. Our team, they understand what's at stake, and you know, hopefully we'll go out tomorrow and give us our best effort and walk away with a win tomorrow night.
Less than 24 hours away from now, and we'll be over there at Bishop Kenny pregame here about 6:45, and then kickoff.
I'd say too. Let's ask everyone to root for Westside tomorrow too.
Yeah, so that's the other thing Coach mentioned to me before the game. Points-wise, it helps us if Westside goes ahead and wins the district and Terry Parker doesn't, so that the point system-wise. So, yeah, so let's all root for Westside tomorrow night.
Didn't think we'd say that, but we
need
to.
Well, yeah, I mean, anything to help us at the points, if that's where we're sitting right now. So there you go. So, all right, Coach, best of luck to you, and we'll wait until next week to have our Florida-Georgia picks with you, because I want to give you a chance to weigh in on that game, too.
I can give that one to you now.
No, we'll wait. All right, so thanks, everybody, for listening in. We'll talk to everybody tomorrow night from Bishop Kenny. Have a good night, everybody.
Hi, this is Mike Cruz, and you are tuned in to 97.5 FM WFBB, the home for Baker County Wildcat football each and every Friday night.
Welcome to Baker High Wildcats football. And now, Baker High Wildcats football.
And good evening, everybody, and welcome to another night of Baker County Wildcat football right here on 97.5 FM WFBB. I'm Mike Cruz, joined as always by Jackie Baker and statistician Justin Thomas, and we're set to bring you all the action 2019 Baker County Wildcat football each and every week. Getting further into the season now, the Wildcats 5-3 on the year. We've played 8 games. We've got 2 more regular season games, one tonight here on the road at Bishop Kenny High School on the campus here, and next week on the road at Tallahassee, playing against Rickards in Tallahassee a week from today. So Wildcats 5-3 on the year so far, 1-2 in the district. We talked about for a while last night, Jackie, the Wildcats and their playoff chances. We're sitting good in the RPI standings right now, so Wildcats with a couple of wins here to close out the season have a good chance to go back to the 5A state playoffs for the 4th year in a row.
Yeah, absolutely, Mike. This game's one of those games Coach Mays, he alluded to it a little bit. You know, the record does not indicate what this Bishop Kenny team can do. But I tell you, this is kind of a renewed rivalry a little bit, a team that we used to come over and we play in the playoffs. This is the last district game of the year, usually to determine the district champion. So this thing has gotten heated for a while, so things may spark back up tonight.
Things will spark back up tonight. Bishop Kenny comes out. Captain's at the sideline. and we're set for the national anthem. So we're going to take a 30-second timeout. We'll be back. You're listening to Wildcat Football on 97.5. Actually, we'll take about a 3-minute timeout, and we'll be back. You're listening to 97.5 WFBB.
Baker High Wildcats football is being brought to you by American Recycling Center. Recycling helps the environment. American Recycling offers compensation for cans, radiators, copper, brass, and aluminum. American Recycling Center located at 5325 Woodlawn Road. That's 1/2 mile west of 121 near I-10. Open weekdays from 9 till 5, Saturdays from 9 to 1. Telephone 631-0152. That's 631-0152. American Recycling Center. Happy to support Baker High football.
Baker County Farm Bureau wants to wish the Baker County Wildcats much success this football season. Baker County Farm Bureau, specializing in auto insurance, homeowners insurance, along with life insurance. To get started with Farm Bureau, contact Jack Baker or Justin Webb at 259-6332. That's 259-6332.
Hi, this is Larry Birkins of Birkins Chevrolet in McClenny. It is truly an honor to help make these Wildcat radio broadcasts possible. Birkins Chevrolet with sales and service 6 days a week. Cars, trucks, SUVs, certified used cars. We help customers establish or reestablish credit. Thank you, Wildcat fans. From Larry Birkins at Birkins Chevrolet, US 90 in the heart of McClenny.
Online at BirkinsChevy.com.
You're listening to Wildcat Football on 97.5 FM WFBB. This radio station is a ministry of Glen Baptist Church in Glen, St. Mary, Florida. We're blessed to air Baker County Wildcat Football live each week, and it's our hope that you enjoy the program. We know that life is busy, work, school, football, running errands around, but in the midst of the busyness, we all need a church home that brings the stability upon which you can build your life. If you're looking for a church home where you can grow in Christ and community, we would love to invite you to worship with us every Sunday morning at 10:30 a.m. Check us out on our website at glenbaptist.org or on Facebook, where you can access church info and content and even watch worship services. At Glen, you get dynamic music, gospel-centered expository preaching, and a wonderful faith community. Come grow with us.
And we welcome you back here to Bishop Kenny High School on the campus right over here on the south bank of the St. Johns River. Mike Cruz, Jackie Baker getting set to bring you all the Baker County Wildcat football action. Jackie, before we talk about football, I don't know if you could find a better setting for a Friday night football game than right here on the river.
No, absolutely. We talked about that, Mike, when we got here. This is one of the, hate them or love them, they have one of the prettiest scenes for a football field now. I love Memorial Stadium, and I love it on a Friday night getting rowdy, but as far as where this field's placed at, it doesn't get much better than this in high school football.
Off to our left, you've got the Jaguar Stadium just across the river. American flag flowing in the breeze. High skies here on a beautiful night. Bishop Kenny comes out in their black uniforms with the black pants, the black jerseys trimmed in white numerals, and black helmets. The Wildcats, all white. The white pants with the white jersey trimmed in red numerals. Captain's on the field getting set for the coin toss. Jackie, the Wildcats 5-3 on the season, looking to get to the playoffs in 5A. Bishop Kenny's 1-6. They've had a tough year. A lot of young guys on this football team. But talking with Coach Mays last night, no doubt about it, Bishop Kenny will throw the football around. And we've got to be prepared for them on defense, as prepared as we have been against any passing attack this year.
Yeah, I got a chance to talk to Coach Kirky, the defensive coordinator, before the game tonight, and he said, he said maybe this is the one year or the one game that they don't have anybody that can run fast. He said, but they do like to throw it around some, and they're going to do some things. Bishop Kenny's always been a team, even when they're not the most athletically gifted team on the field. They're very well coached. They're very disciplined in what they do. They do everything with a purpose and do it how it should be done. So this Baker County team, they're going to have to stay home, do the assignments on defense, do what the coaches have asked them to do and game plan to do all week. to stay in this football game with this Bishop Kenny team.
No doubt about it. So on defense, the Wildcats will have to cover. We'll have to be prepared for the passing game. They will split out a couple of different quarterbacks tonight. And Jackie, I don't know how that happened to you, but
I have a clue.
I'm guessing. For those who can't see, Jackie's Sprite was shaken up a little bit, and he opened it, and it sprung a leak everywhere. And one of our couriers that brought it up here was probably moving a little too quick with it. That's all I can get. Wildcats take the field here tonight. They run through the cheerleaders, and you hear the fans behind us on the Bishop Kenny sideline getting excited about Bishop Kenny taking the stadium, taking the field. I believe this is Bishop Kenny's last home game of the year, so they've got a big crowd here tonight, excited about their season. Bishop Kenny is not going to the playoffs, Jackie. They're not, but they have a lot of young guys, and they're looking to the future here, so no doubt about it, a one-win team is a dangerous team to play late in the season, especially when you need a win. But I'll tell you this, Jackie, the one thing that the Wildcats have that they don't have, number 5.
Yeah, Scooby Graham. I mean, not so many teams in the state of Florida have a Scooby Graham. And that was another thing the coaching staff alluded to. Bishop Kenny has a couple guys that go both ways. And if we can get out there and maintain the offensive pace that Coach Kevin Mays likes to do, those guys will be gassed. And that's what they're going to try to do. But the offense has got to sustain, Mike. They got to stay out there. They got to put drives together to wear those guys out. So that's been one of the weaknesses for this Baker County offense at the start of the games and the start of the second half. So see what kind of changes they made this week.
Bishop Kenny will start with the football on offense. They'll move right to left across your radio dial. The Wildcats defending the north end zone here, facing the river. Kick was on the way, but we've got a flag down, and Wildcats are going to be offsides on the far sideline. And Jackie, I don't even think anybody moved before that flag came out.
I didn't see what happened. We're standing on the 40.
Backed them up 5 for offsides on the kick, so we'll back up 5. Injury update for the Wildcats, getting a lot of guys back this week. We've still got a few that are sidelined, but some guys that haven't played in action for a little while will be back in action, namely on that defensive front, number 50, Jumbo Elliott, back in the game tonight. He's a name we haven't called in a few weeks. Low line drive kick by Mays is going to be taken by one of the up men for Bishop Kenny around the 42-yard line. And they'll start there. First down and 10, Bishop Kenny from the 42.
And not much different than what we would have done. The 5 yards really doesn't cost us a whole lot there. And what Coach Mays is trying to do with Blake Mays on those kickoffs, keeping it short on the ground, just covering and putting your defense out there to work.
First down and 10, BK right at their 43-yard line. Just underway here from Bishop Kenny High School over here in south side of the St. Johns River. They're going to hand the ball straight up the middle on the first play of the game. Maybe 2 tough yards out to the 45. Might have crossed the 45 just ever so much. And it'll be 2nd and 8.
And Jumbo Elliott in there already, Mike. A guy, like you said, been out the last 5 weeks. Normally you see those guys like Coach did with Scooby try to ease them back in a little bit. Not with Jumbo Elliott. He's ready to play. And he's in on that first tackle.
They send, on an official timeout, they send Weston Avera to the sideline for a uniform check. He'll be replaced along that line. Zane Mobley on this side, Kyler Cruz on the other side. That's the Wildcat defensive front. Zane Mobley, our defensive player of the game a week ago. Now they switch sides. 2nd down and 8. Shotgun snap, and they're going to hand it off in the backfield, and the Wildcats sniff that out, and nothing doing for that running back, as that's the second time we're going to call his name, as Jumbo Elliott has been waiting to get back in the ball game, Jackie, and he's making his impact felt.
Absolutely. Right out of the gate, Mike, I saw him run by there in the warm-ups. You and I were on the field, and I said, oh, man, he's back, and all he could do was laugh. He's so happy to be back out there and be with his team and showing it on these first 2 plays.
2-yard loss on the play. Elliott gets back there, puts them in a 3rd and long situation here. They'll spread it out. They send 3 receivers to the left side, 1 to the right. Quarterback in the shotgun. Quarterback sends his running back in motion. Takes the snap. Looks to throw the football. Fires one underneath. He's got a catch made. It's going to be well short of the first down as Toby Kinghorn makes the tackle at the 48 for a gain of 5.
And that's that big tight end you and I were talking about before the game started. We saw him in warm-up too. Big kid, plays linebacker and tight end. And Toby Kinghorn able to bring him down with ease right after the catch and force the Bishop Kenny punt on their first offensive series.
That's what we want to see out of this Wildcat defense, 3 and out, and that forces Bishop Kenny into a punt formation. Tracy White goes back to return the punt, standing at around the 15-yard line. Punt is away. It's a wobbler. It's going to hit down around the 20, and it's going to take a Bishop Kenny roll inside the 15 down to the 13. It'll be down there, and the Wildcats will have it 1st and 10 from their own 13-yard line.
Not a great punt that time, but did what it needed to do. It hit and rolled, didn't give Tracy White. I'm sure that's a guy, another player of the game that we had with us last night. We had to show out of 5 of them. Tracy White being one of those guys, so I'm sure they've watched film on him and said, we're going to try to keep it out of his hands.
Wildcats will bring the offensive front to the line of scrimmage. Alex Bowen in the backfield along with Scooby Graham. 1st down and 10 from the 13-yard line. The Wildcats would like to get Graham going here early. 9:50 to go, first quarter. Here we go to Bowen in the shotgun. Alex takes the snap, going to give it to Graham, and Graham is swarmed at the line of scrimmage. And not a lot going there, and that's going to be 2nd and long.
No, and we talked about this. If you'll look, Mike, I mean, teams are just content. They know number 5 is going to get the ball, and he's going to get his carries. I mean, they're lined up man-to-man on these wide receivers and putting everybody else in the box to cover Scooby Graham.
Kristen Taylor on this side, 3 receivers to the top. Wildcats go with the same formation. 2nd down and 10. Bowen's going to swing it out of the backfield to Graham. Graham's got some open field. He gets to the 15. Graham out to near the 20 and will be tackled along the 20-yard line. A 7-yard gain is going to bring up 3rd down and 3.
And that was a good play on 2nd down, try to get some of those yards. We kind of hindered us all season there. If we start behind the sticks, this offense is just hard for him to catch back up. So a good 2nd down play to get Graham out in some space, and he's able to pick up good yardage and bring up a manageable 3rd down.
3rd down 3. Bowen's going to give it off to Graham, and Graham fighting his way across the 25. He's out near the 27, and Scooby Graham's going to get the Wildcat 1st down. He needed 3. He got about 6.
And they had him stop. They had him stop 2 yards short, Mike, and he just ran over a safety for Bishop Kenny and able to pick up the 1st down. So Scooby Graham doing what he does.
No doubt about it. Scooby Graham, the X factor. He is important to this Wildcat offense, and he gets the 1st down. The Cats out to the 27-yard line. 1st down and 10. Just underway here in the first quarter. Bowen's going to take it. He's going to give to Baker this time. And Baker's going to cut his way upfield across the 35-yard line, and they say the ball's out, and it looks like Bishop Kenny's going to have it.
Man, oh man, I tell you, Jamari and Baker has done fantastic things this year, Mike. Fantastic. In Scooby Graham's absence, and even when Scooby's in the game, Jamari and Baker is a tough-nosed runner that has done great for this Wildcat offense. But ball security has been the biggest hindrance for him this year. And he gets into the game tonight, and the first carry he's going to get, he fumbles it, and in Baker County territory.
And he had a good game.
Yeah.
He had a good game, was looking at about 7 yards on the play. Gets taken down. They're going to run an option play to the far side, and that option play is not going to happen for much as the Wildcat defense brings it out pretty well to around the 33. It'll be maybe a gain of 2 on the play. 2nd down and 8 coming up. But that hurts, Jackie, because you had a 1st down, and then you had another good play on 1st down that was picking up good yardage, and so the fumble puts the Wildcats against the wall here to start the game.
And what we just talked about before the game, the offense trying to put something together. You get a 1st down and then fumble the ball. That doesn't help.
2nd down play. The quarterback for Bishop Kenny went down to a knee to pick it back up, and he's going to be down right where he picked it up, which will be around the 36-yard line. He just dropped the snap, went back to get it, went down to a knee to pick it up, and in high school football, as soon as that knee touches the turf, you are down, and it'll be 3rd down and about 11.
Wildcat defense doing a good job tonight. Quarterback, he did drop the football, but the Wildcats all over what he was trying to do there.
Yeah, when he picked it up, he just slung it across the middle for an incompletion. It wouldn't have mattered anyway. But 3rd down 11, quarterback to the gun. 2 receivers top, 2 receivers to the bottom. Now they send a man in motion. It's going to get it to him on the little slant play. And Camilo Rollins is all over it right there at the 33. So they might have gotten 3 yards back there. It'll be 4th down and long.
They're kind of in a situation now, a little too far for a field goal and a little too close to punt. So looks like 4 down territory here for Bishop Kenny. But Camilo Rollins, another player of the game that we've had, man, golly, what a good linebacker he's turned out to be.
Oh, my goodness. He missed one game a few weeks back, and he's been back ever since. Had one game where he registered over 17 tackles. Big night. Fourth down play, they're going to go for it from the 33. Like you said, it would have been about a 50-yard field goal from here. Quarterback straight off, and Camilo Rollins almost picks it off right in the spot. Yeah, but it's going to be broken up, and the Cats will take it over on downs with good field position now, about where we lost it.
Yeah, and I tell you what, I'm going to get all over Coach Shaw out there. Coach Mays blamed him for these DBs. Golly, they can't catch.
I mean, another one. Get for that.
I mean, just right there, too, these linebackers struggle, man. Struggle with catching the ball. That's several interceptions. I guarantee you we've probably missed out on 7 or 8 interceptions in the last few ball games. But nonetheless, Camilo Rollins in a great spot there and another stand by this Wildcat defense.
Scooby Graham back in there at tailback. You've got 3 receivers to the far side, 1 to this side. Wildcats go shotgun, swing it out there. Pass catch made across midfield. The Wildcats now a big run by Avant Lee as he's going to be all the way down to the 42-yard line. As they just ran a little quick hitter that time, as everybody's thinking run, the Wildcats go pass, and we get a big first down.
Avant Lee, another playmaker out there. You don't hear his name a whole lot. He's another guy that's been injured, though. Had that ankle injury, and that thing looks to be healed on that play because he put a move on the first guy and picks up huge yards.
Big yardage down to the 42 of Bishop Kenny. First down and 10 from there. Cats with Graham in the backfield. Graham's going to get the carry. There he goes. Garrett Graham's off the left side to the 40. He's down inside the 36-yard line, close to the 35. Good positive gain of 7 yards on the play for Scooby Graham.
Goodness gracious, man. When this offense is moving, Mike, they can do it with the best of them, I tell you, and they're making it look easy right now. Just can't let it stall out.
No, you can't. And we did. We stalled on the first series with the fumble. Coming back now, trying to make something happen. Second down and 2. Going to give it to Graham again inside, and Graham's going to be hit right at the line of scrimmage. Pushed back. He's not going to get the first down yardage here. It'll be 3rd and short.
That time, Graham right up the middle in between the tackles. Bishop Kenny is out of there. They're not scared to load the box. I can assure you of that.
They did that time, and Graham had no hole to run through. 3rd down, a short 1 now for the Cats. You would think this is 4-down territory inside the 35-yard line. Fake handoff to Graham, and Alex Bowen's got it, and Bowen goes straight up the field on a little zone read play there. He takes it inside to Graham, and Alex Bowen went around the corner, and he got all the way deep down the field inside the 15 down to the 11-yard line.
When he makes the right read, there's no stopping number 10 at quarterback. He's just as fast as a lot of people's running backs, and a great gain and a good read by Alex Bowen that time.
Mid-quarter timeout. Let's take a 30-second break. No score here. 5:36 to go first quarter. You're listening to Wildcat Football on WFBB.
For over 50 years, Dependable Heating and Air Conditioning has been serving the community of McClenny. They provide quality air conditioning, HVAC, and electrical work to the residents of McClenny and the surrounding areas. The phone number for Dependable Heating and Air Conditioning is 259-6546. Oscar and Susie Gray would like to say, go Wildcats. Again, that's Dependable Heating and Air Conditioning, 259-6546.
.536 to go, first quarter. No score here from Bishop Kenny High School. The Wildcats at the 11-yard line. First down and 10. They can pick up a first down just inside the 1-yard line. Alex Bowen in the shotgun. He's got Graham in the backfield. Man comes in motion. That's Avant Lee. Avant Lee is going to get the jet sweep going around the left end, and Avant Lee is going to get down inside the 5-yard line. And maybe to the 4, to the 3. Good run by Avant Lee. He's going to make it 2nd and short.
What a great play by Avant Lee. I thought Bishop Kenny had snuffed that out from the get-go, and Avant was able to slip in between 2 tacklers. Good play.
Second down, call it 2. Bowen by himself in the backfield, gives it to Graham. Graham fighting his way down toward the goal line, and he's going to be close, and he's going to have a touchdown. The Wildcats go on top, 6-0. Early in the ball game, a 2-yard touchdown run for Scooby Graham after the Avant Lee jet sweep. And, Jackie, I'm going to make this comment. We talked all year about the Wildcats and the red zone opportunities and failed opportunities. And that play call is a jet sweep around the 11. That's the first time we've seen that, and the coaching staff clearly made some adjustments for our red zone offense.
No, you're right. Yeah, you're right, Michael. We've not seen that. We try to, whatever gets us down there, whether it be Scooby, Jamarian Baker, Jaquan Page down there, we try to just run the same stuff that got us there. Well, sometimes by that point, they have snuffed it out, so you may want to try something different. Coach Mays does. He draws it up and brings Avant Lee around on the jet sweep, gets us inside the 5, and then I tell you, on that run there was nothing doing, but that's what you get out of Scooby Graham. He literally put his head down, runs into the pile, and picks up the 2 yards he needs to get into the end zone.
Good job by the offense. I like the adjustment there. That jet sweep call was something that Bishop Kenny could not have seen on film because we haven't done it.
Not there anyway.
Yeah, in that yard, that
right.
type of down and distance at that field position, we have not done that. So the Wildcats get on the board. Blake Mays adds the extra point. And the Cats with a 7-0 lead here, 5:10 to go in the first quarter. So Wildcats fumble the ball away on our first possession, but the defense has thrown 2 3-and-outs against this Bishop Kenny offense. And now on our second possession, the Wildcats go down and get a touchdown. Short kickoff here again by the Cats, and Bishop Kenny will just fall on it. And that's about the average starting field position for the teams against us, Jackie, around 35.
And listen, Coach Mays, he's content with that. We saw Tracy White, what he did against Orange Park when Orange Park had went for 2, took the lead there, and it was kind of doom and gloom for a second, and Tracy White takes the ensuing kickoff back. So keeping it out of those playmakers' hands, let your defense get out there and work and playing football.
First down and 10, Bishop Kenny will have the ball right at the 35-yard line, coming out from the south end zone here. Bishop Kenny with the football, quarterback in the shotgun. He sends out a receiver to the right. 2 coming to the left. They're going to run this option play to this side of the field this time, and the Wildcats again playing good defense coming across there. Weston Averill, one of the guys making the tackle, but they do pick up maybe 4 yards, maybe 5 on this play to go 2nd and 5.
Yeah, good first down play. They ran that option a couple times tonight, and Wildcats been nothing doing, but that time able to pick up more of a speed option there and able to pick up 5 yards. Tracy White doing a good job of shedding the tackle and making him go back inside where he had Camilo Rollins and Zane Mobley chasing the play.
Zane Mobley and Kyler Cruz line up on the same side this time. Weston Averill goes to the far side. 2nd down and 5. Quarterback calls for the ball. Going to throw one out to the right side. A catch is made over there right at the line of scrimmage, but a tackle is made right away. And DeHaven Clark over there on the coverage and tackles the receiver right where he made the catch. It'll be 3rd and 4.
That's what's so frustrating about that West Side game. You go back and you look at the stats, and they threw for over 300 yards. But like we talked about last night with Coach Mays, and I was talking to Coach Gerke about it a little bit today, they weren't wide open by any means. These guys, DeHaven Clark and Tracy White, my goodness, those guys, I'd put them out there against any receiver in Northeast Florida, and they're going to hang right there with them.
Zane Mobley moves to the left side. 3rd down and 4. Bishop Kenny, the quarterback in the gun again, calling for the football. Throws one deep left side. Good coverage out here. A catch is almost made, and the ball's going to go incomplete. Ronnie Ellis with the coverage. But, Jackie, a good throw there by the quarterback because, like you said, the Cats had good coverage over here on the near sideline, but the receiver got his hands on it, unable to bring it in. It'll be 4th down.
Yeah, that was a great throw. I tell you, he threw his man open because Ronnie Ellis had him draped and turned around to find the football, and it just did float over Ronnie's fingertips. So good throw, good coverage there, but good play by the Wildcat defense to force another punt.
Another punt for Bishop Kenny coming up. Cats await the punt back at the 20, and we've got a block. The Wildcats draw up a block. We're going to pick it up, and we're going to run it in. Touchdown for the Cats as the Cats get a block punt, and the punter is still down on the field around the 30-yard line, but the Wildcats drew it up well, get the block punt and the touchdown. And I'm not sure, was that Jaquan Page that picked it up?
That's who picked it up. DeHaven Clark blocked it. Jaquan Page picks it up and scores. Another one drawn up there by Coach John Staples, man. I love it. I love the special teams effort out there and putting those guys in there to make plays because that can turn the complete momentum of a game.
And DeHaven Clark was in the backfield all the way back to the punter, almost could have tackled the punter before he got the leg into it, but he got the leg into it right as Clark got there. And when you're a punter in that vulnerable situation, you're tend to get hurt on plays like that. And the punter for Bishop Kenny, we hope he's okay. He went down on the play, and they're looking at his right leg.
Yeah, like you said there, because all they're doing, they're focusing on the football. They really can't see what those guys, how close they're getting, and he's trying to put everything he can into that kick. And so he doesn't ease up or at all. And, man, I know that hurts, but he's up and hobbling off now. So we hope he's okay.
Yeah, he's up. He's going to be all right. He's walking off here with the help of some trainers. And the Wildcats will send Blake Mays and the field goal unit back out to try the extra point here to make it a 2-score lead early on.
That's just one of those that you go into a football game and you watch a lot of football, Mike. That's just a plus. That's a bonus. You don't go into a game thinking you're going to get one of those. And so to add a touchdown on special teams like that, that's a huge play.
Huge play. The Cats add the extra point as Blake Mays is going to drill it right down the middle. And it's a 14-0 ball game. So 3:29 to go first quarter. We're going to take a 1-minute timeout. We'll be back with the Wildcats leading it 14-0. You're listening to Wildcat Football on WFBB.
Gibson McDonald Furniture and Mattress of McClenny is proud to again sponsor Wildcat Football. Gibson McDonald has furniture, mattresses, and appliances in stock and ready for delivery. Gibson McDonald has electronics and lawn and garden equipment. Gibson McDonald Furniture and Mattress in the Winn-Dixie Plaza in McClenny.
Alan Tanner at McClenny Motor Parts is a longtime supporter of Wildcat football. McClenny Motor Parts stocks parts for all makes and models, and what they don't have, they can get. McClenny Motor Parts, US 90, downtown McClenny. Open weekdays 8 till 6, Saturdays 8 till 2. McClenny Motor Parts, your Napa know-how store.
Napa know-how, Napa know-how, Napa know-how, Napa know-how.
I didn't think so, but
we welcome you back here to Bishop Kenny High School. The Wildcats on the road here tonight facing the Crusaders. Last district contest of the year for the Cats. The Cats right now 1-2 in district play, can even it up at 500 with a 2-2 record with a win here tonight. But, Jackie, the district championship game is going on the west side of Jacksonville tonight as Terry Parker and Westside are playing for that. And the one thing Coach Mays told us last night is that we're pulling for Westside to go ahead and win that. We'd like to see Westside go ahead, finish the season undefeated in the district, and that way Terry Parker can't jump above us in the RPI standings. Last week, if you listen to Jackie and I at all this year, and some people listen to it, some people don't, but from a playoff perspective, there's two ways into the playoffs. You can win the district and earn your way into the playoffs that way, or you can be ranked in the RPI in the top 8 within the region, and those top 8 teams, 4 district champions and 4 point leaders, will make it to the playoffs. Right now, the Wildcats are 5th out of the top 8 in the region. So as of now, the Wildcats would be into the playoffs. First down play, they're going to throw it across the middle. It's going to be incomplete, and so that's basically the situation. Now, Terry Parker, even though they beat us early in the year, Jackie, their points have them sitting about 7th right now in the region standings. So what Coach Mays was saying is that if Terry Parker loses to Westside, they can't really jump us. They can only stay down. But if Terry Parker were to beat Westside, then their point total would go up. Probably Terry Parker and Westside would both be ahead of us. So we would need some help to stay in that top 8 at that point. Second down and 10. They're going to hand the ball straight up the middle. The running back's got some room, and he's going to be around the corner to the 45. Flag comes in behind the play in the area of holding against Bishop Kenny, and that's what it'll be. So,
thank goodness. That was the first real big game by Bishop Kenny.
Best run of the night will be wiped away. He picked up about 10 yards on the play, but the holding call behind the play is going to back it up. Bishop Kenny not doing anything much against this Wildcat defense so far. Wildcats with a touchdown early on. Scooby Graham a 2-yard touchdown dive, and then Jaquan Page with a punt return for a touchdown after the blocked punt. Blocked punt return for a touchdown, I should say. Second down now and 20. Bishop Kenny, 3:10 to go, first quarter. Cats on top, 14-0. Bishop Kenny quarterback goes to the shotgun. They're going to hand the ball to the middle, and tackle will be made upfield here about 6-7 yards upfield. It'll be third down and long. So Bishop Kenny's been in some really third and long situations here early on, and they'll face another one.
Wildcat defense, I tell you, man, them guys, they came ready to play tonight. They're just not giving us anything. Defensive front playing very well. Linebackers all over the field. Secondary just draping guys.
Third down, call it 13. Bishop Kenny needs to get the ball out across the 45-yard line for a first down. They're inside the 35, starting around the 32. Quarterback with a couple of guys blocking in the backfield now sends one in motion. Third down play, snap back. It's going to be a straight drop. Quarterback looking to throw. He's under pressure. The Wildcats are going to bring him down back there. Zane Mobley was on the play. Defensive player of the game from a week ago. Zane Mobley gets in there and hits the quarterback just as he's throwing the football, and it goes incomplete. It'll be fourth down.
I thought Big Zane was going to be able to catch him and bring him down from behind, make him possibly lose the football. The quarterback, as he's going down, just heaves one incomplete. Zane Mobley, another great play from his defensive end position. And Wildcat defense going to force another punt.
If you missed us last night from Firehouse Subs, we had our dependable heating and air conditioning coaches show last night. Wildcats brought three of our last couple of weeks' player of the game out and had a chance to talk with Tracy White. We talked with Zane Mobley, number 72, and we talked with quarterback number 10, Alex Bowen. So the only guy that we've missed so far is Ross Trumming, number 68. We'll get him back out before the year's over, and whoever is our player of the game tonight. But entertaining group of guys there. Three different personalities among them. I said it last night, Jackie. Tracy White was a man of few words. Zane Mobley was a man of many words. And polite words for Alex Bowen. Very polite, considerate young man. But I tell you, if you wanted to have a radio show, Zane Mobley would be the guy, right? First down and 10. The Wildcats going to give it straight up the middle. Good run here as we're going to take it out across the 35 to the 40 and out to the 43-yard line. A flag comes in on the play, and I believe, who was that carrying the ball?
Looked like Jamari Baker back in the ball game. So Coach Mays, he scolded him, and now he's back out there to prove himself again, and he comes out and with a good run there on first down, going to be negated by a hold.
So that's one thing. I mean, that's one thing. If you're a running back, there's going to be times when you put the ball on the ground. But the coaches have to know the right time to get you back in the game, get your confidence back, and be able to get back out there and keep doing what you do, because we've got to have him. He's been a key piece to this offense. And you just got to work through the troubles. You got to work through the fumble problem.
Yeah, no, I mean, he's a great running back. Great running back. You just got to learn, man. You get in traffic, you got to hang on to that football.
2 minutes to go, first quarter. Cats on top, 14-0. First down and 15 after the holding penalty brought that play back. And Bowen goes to the shotgun. He's going to run it straight out of there. Straight ahead of the field. Bowen's got a big run, and he's going to be up the sideline, and he's going to get the 15 yards needed for the first down and a couple of more.
Golly, man, I know he's fast, but he looks a lot quicker, man, this year. I don't know what it is. When he comes out of the pocket, he is flying and picks up a first down before you can blink your eye. We have Scooby Grand and Jamari Baker back there. Spreads them out wide, empty backfield.
First down play, they're going to go fast here. Scooby Graham's got it. Graham out to the 50. Graham across midfield to the 45. Graham to the 40. 35-30. Graham inside the 25 and down near the 20-yard line. Going to take it all the way to the 22 on just tough, hard running by Scooby Graham.
What a great run by Scooby Graham, and you can tell these Bishop Kenny fans are not quite sure what to get excited about, because they're cheering for the guy that made the tackle 40 yards down the field.
Sometimes that's all you got, Jackie. Sometimes. Jamarian Baker's going to get the carry here. Goes inside. He's going to get inside the 20, fighting his way down near the 18-yard line or so.
Still, I mean, he picks up that game. I mean, that looks like no game from where we're sitting, and he picks up 4 yards on first down. Just good, hard-nosed running by Jamarian Baker and Scooby Graham right now.
Yeah, with the work that Jamarian Baker's had to have this year, with Scooby Graham having some injury problems in the middle of the season and the work that Jamarian's got, I mean, they turned into a duo that's very dangerous for opposing defenses, no doubt about it. And Scooby, they have different running styles, no doubt about it. Jamarian Baker a little taller, big kid, and he runs a little more upright. Scooby with the vision, hits the hole at the line of scrimmage, and now the Wildcats face a third down and about 5. Third down and 5, going to keep it. Alex Bowen goes around the left end. He's going to be met by the linebackers right there. And Bowen's not going to pick up the first down, so the Wildcats needed about 5, picked up a couple. We're going to be facing a 4th and 3.
So Coach Mays will actually run Scooby back out there. We're going to go for it here on 4th down and 3.
4th and 3, and Bowen gets them to jump, and they are going to come across. Offsides against Bishop Kenny, and how many times have we seen that this year?
Golly, we're so good at that. We are so good at that. Great call there. I was going to, if we would have ran a play there, I was going to ask the question, Mike, how much hot water do you think we could get Coach Mays in if we said, why don't you run your boy out there, Coach? kick that there, because she'd be all over him.
First down play. Bowen's going to fire it to the left side. Catch made over there by Avant Lee, and Avant Lee is traipsing down the sideline toward the goal line. And Avant Lee is going to be out of bounds near the marker, but maybe the 2-yard line.
Again, though, that's not a play we run inside the 10-yard line. That time we run a little swing pass out there to Avant Lee, and he picks up good yardage.
1 second on the clock. The Cats are going to run a play. Second down play up the middle, and Scooby Graham goes in untouched all the way to the back of the end zone. And with 1 second on the clock, the Wildcats score a touchdown to make it a 20-0 lead in the first quarter.
I mean, I am very impressed right now with Coach Mays' play calling in the first quarter of this ball game, Mike. We've seen 2 different times, and you hit the nail on the head. And Coach Mays knows it. He knows that he's gone down and got in the red zone and not come away with any points a lot this season, a lot more than he wants to. And that time Blake has the extra point. But tonight we've seen him down there. We've got 3 touchdowns, and twice we've been inside the 15. We've run a jet sweep there with Avant Lee, and that time we run a little wide receiver screen out there to Avant. So a great job on the offensive play calling tonight.
And, Jackie, if the defense continues to play the way they are, I'll just be honest with you, we've shown enough now. Okay, I've seen it. I've seen it from Coach Mays now. I've seen you make the adjustments, but we don't need to show anybody anything else. That's good, as far as I'm concerned. 21-0, the Wildcats lead. We're headed to quarter number 2. We're going to take a 30-second timeout. We'll be back with more Wildcat football on WFBB.
Chevrolet.
Baker High Wildcats football is being brought to you by American Recycling Center. Recycling helps the environment. American Recycling offers compensation for cans, radiators, copper, brass, and aluminum. American Recycling Center located at 5325 Woodlawn Road. That's 1/2 mile west of 121 near I-10. Open weekdays from 9 till 5, Saturdays from 9 to 1. Telephone 631-0152. That's 631-0152. American Recycling Center. Happy to support Baker High football.
Bishop Kenny is going to get the ball back around the 31-yard line here as we start the second quarter. Wildcats on top 21-0. The Wildcats with 160 yards in the first quarter. Bishop Kenny.
Welcome to Baker.
And we welcome you back here to Bishop Kenny High School. The Wildcats getting the punt back here from Bishop Kenny while you were away. And we apologize for the technical difficulties, but we'll tell you all about that in a second because, Jackie, I think we just need to tell the story. We need to let the folks know what's going on with our technical issues here. But we're back on the air. 9:55 to go. Second quarter, Alex Bowen fires one deep down the middle of the field, and he's got Crawford down there, and it's going to be a touchdown. On a first down play, it goes 47 yards. A beautiful throw from Alex Bowen to number 17, Carson Crawford.
What more can you ask for offensively tonight? My goodness, we're running everything to perfection. Alex Bowen on the radio yesterday, Mike, told us, he said, when I ran that 92-yard or whatever it was, he said, when I came off the field, Coach Mays told me, hey, you had somebody open over the middle. And I believe that time it was Carson Crawford as well. Alex Bowen finds him this time for about a 40-yard touchdown.
And Blake Mays is just coming into his own as kicker for this Wildcat football team. Connor Waite's been sidelined for a few weeks, and Blake Mays has stepped in, and he's just kicked his fourth in a row here tonight, Jackie, to put the Wildcats on top 28-0.
This may be a good time to tell the folks at home why we just went off the radio for 3 minutes there. We certainly do apologize.
Yeah, immediately I got a text from my dad, Jackie, Jerry Cruz. He's listening in every week, as he always does. So, hey, Daddy, the Wildcats on top 28-0. But, Jackie, so here's the situation, folks. We've got brand new equipment. I mean, brand spanking new equipment, and it's good. It's good equipment. As far as radio broadcast goes, John Meadows down at Glen Baptist Church will tell you this is A+. This is A+ equipment. So the equipment's not the problem, Jackie, but when we go on the road and we sit in the stands like we are tonight, we have no power. So we rely on battery backup, which is what we do. And a few weeks ago when we were at Ed White, we had the same issues. The new equipment that we have, for some reason or another, Jackie, it just seems to drain the batteries faster than what we are used to. So the machine takes 9-volt batteries, and they come at a cost. So, you know, we don't have 100 of them with us, but we've got extra batteries, obviously, because we're back on the air. But, Jackie, for some reason or another, these batteries are just being drained by this equipment. So we go a quarter tonight, and we're out of batteries.
Yeah, and the one game that happened to us, we at least made it 2 quarters before we had to put new batteries in. That was at the Ed White game. So surely we thought 6 would be enough, and apparently not.
So we've got some battery backup here tonight. We're back on the air. It's first down and 10, Bishop Kenny. Wildcats with a 28-0 lead. Quarterback's going to straight drop. He's going to fire a little underneath pass here. They got a gain of out near the midfield marker. Wildcats finally corralling. Good play call there for Bishop Kenny as they pick up a first down. And they just have not had much luck running or passing the football here tonight, but that was a good play as they get into Wildcat territory.
Yeah, they've run that one a couple times with success. A little wide receiver screen. That time Kyler Cruz, he read it, saw the tackle he was matched up on start marching down the field. Kyler Cruz tried to get out there, just couldn't quite make it. So a good game by Bishop Kenny that time.
First down play now across the midfield to the 47-yard line. Quarterback in the shotgun. Takes the snap, looking down the field to throw the football. He's going to fire one deep down the right sideline. It's going to be knocked away. A good play back there by the Wildcat defensive secondary. They're going to say he called it. My goodness.
It's a great one-handed catch.
How did he catch that ball, Jackie?
It was a one-handed catch. It was a great catch.
My goodness. I thought was that Ronnie Ellis back there?
Looked like Ronnie Ellis and Jamil Jones back there.
I thought Ronnie Ellis had knocked it away at the last second there, and that was actually the receiver with his hands with the ball as it kind of popped up off the dirt, but he caught it. First down and 10, Bishop Kenny. 8:40 to go here in the first half. The Cats on top, and this time Camilo Rollins.
Not having any of it, son. They're tired of it now.
Toby Kinghorn and Camilo Rollins bust into the backfield, and they're going to drop Bishop Kenny for a 2-yard loss here, so we did not want to see those type of plays. So when you get up 28-0, maybe sometimes you relax just a little bit.
Yeah, you do. I mean, you start running a little safer coverages.
Is that the official defensive coordinator term for it?
Yeah, that's what he told me on the headset. We're going to go into some safer coverages here.
Safer coverages. Second down play now, Bishop Kenny, second down and 12. Inside Wildcat territory, their best drive of the night. They trail by 28. quarterback straight drops, going to float one across the middle, and that's going to be picked off. He threw it a little too far, and we've got a flag coming down behind the play, and I'm not sure what the flag would be for.
I think it's a beanbag.
Oh, he threw a beanbag. Okay. Looked like he fired a flag.
I thought that at first. I did.
Who was that picked it off?
I looked like Jamil Jones or Carlos Jefferson. I couldn't tell which one was back there, but my goodness, what a great play. We've just talked about interceptions and not being able to come up with them, and that time they come up with a big one to end the biggest threat of Bishop Kenny's offense tonight.
Quarterback trying to float one down there for the tight end coming across the middle, and he floated it a little too far. The Wildcats had a guy back there in deep coverage, safety, and he comes up with the interception. And the Wildcats now with a block punt tonight for a touchdown, and now an interception that we run back near midfield. So the Cats, again, with great field position, leading by 28 points.
Yeah. I mean, this is the most complete game this Baker County team's played all season, Mike. Just clicking on all cylinders right now.
Talked to the coaches last night. They said it's been a great week of practice, and you can tell the Wildcats come out tonight with a lot of fire and fury. This time, pass complete to Christian Taylor on the far sideline. He goes out of bounds, but a flag comes down behind the play in the middle of the field. You would expect this to be a holding call or something, hands to the face or something of that significance. Let's see. But, Jackie, we've got, I know, when we travel on the road, I know we've got a big listening audience. We're going to get a chop block against the Wildcats on that play.
Oh, boy. That'll have Coach Scott McDonald fired up, man. He hates those chop block calls. He thinks every time he sees one on film, man, he tells me that's to perfection. That's the way you're supposed to do it. That's the way I teach it. That's not a penalty. So I know he'll be fired up about that call.
First down and 20 after the penalty. The Wildcats back up. They'll need to get some more yardage here for the first down, but stay with me. I've got a message I wanted to share with you about our listening audience. Wildcats going to run a little screen pass here, caught on the far sideline, and there he goes. Scooby Graham down the sideline to the 35-30, to the 25-20. He's going all the way. Scooby Graham is going to go into the end zone, and he's got a touchdown. Oh, my goodness, Jackie. The little screen play that time, and Scooby turned on the jets and ran away from everybody.
Goodness gracious. And you hate to see it. He's hobbling off the field. So if I got my way, I mean, he's fine, but he does have a little gimp there. He's done for the night, man. I'm not bringing him back out. 34-0.
Well, I told you earlier, we've shown enough already. We're good. 34-0. The Wildcats pouring it on here over at Bishop Kenny in our last district game of the year. And Blake Mays, again, perfect on the night. Extra point is right through there, and it's 35-0. Wildcats, 7:27 to go here in the first half. And, Jackie, what I was going to say before we lose our listening audience that's out there, I want them to stay with us because upcoming we do have our Baker County Farm Bureau halftime report. And it's a big one tonight. Yeah, of course, we've got college football that we're going to talk about. But, Jackie, I heard from one of our guys last night, and he called me right before our coaches' show last night. We had a good talk. That's my friend Wildcat Tim Hughes from American Recycling. And if you're familiar with that name, then you'll know what I'm going to say next. Tim Hughes said, hey, got a couple of good seats for the Jaguars-Jets game this Sunday at TIAA Bank Field. So tonight at halftime, Jackie, the Farm Bureau halftime report, we're going to give one of these lucky Wildcat fans listening in tonight a chance to win a couple of tickets to the Jaguar game Sunday.
Yeah, Tim Hughes, man, what a great job he does for us, and huge Wildcat supporter, and you talked about it last night. Those are great seats, man. I've seen the seats. Those are awesome.
Great seats. I got a picture from our last winner from sitting in the seats. They're beautiful seats right down there close to the action, and I'll give a chance for somebody to win those. Kickoff comes down inside the 20 this time, and the Wildcats with good coverage down around the 25, and somebody loses a helmet over there. But, Jackie, our halftime shows have been exciting this year. We've had a lot to talk about, and we've got a lot more to talk about tonight. You know, I've got some things that I want to share, and I know you do too, and we're a week away from a really big football game, and if you're looking across the river there where the Jaguars will play this Sunday, we've got a really big football game there next Saturday. So we'll talk about that just briefly. That'll be a big topic next week. But
didn't we play here? We played here one Friday night, and that was going on the next Saturday, right?
Yeah. We used to, when we had Bishop Kenny in the district, we used to play them on the eve
of the Florida-Georgia game every year. This year, a week early. First down play for Bishop Kenny. They trail by 35. They're going to run the ball off left tackle and get ahead to around, I don't know. When you play over here at Bishop Kenny, it's hard to know the yard line sometimes, but they're in between the 25 and the 30, a gain of about 2 on the play. But, Jackie, there's some other things going on in college football that we'll want to touch on at halftime tonight, and we've got some tidbits about the high school playoff settings and where we stand and some things that we want to share with the listeners as we head down toward the final week of the regular season in high school football. Next week, on the road at Tallahassee Rickards, will be our last game of the year, so we head down toward playoff time. The Wildcats, with a win tonight, will move to 6-3 on the year and will stand a very good chance of making the playoffs as Bishop Kenny is going to move here before the play. Or actually, the Wildcats, they're going to say, came across a little early, so it'll be 5 against the Cats. But a lot to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, college football getting geared up, man, kind of getting down where things are starting to play out a little bit. You can kind of see who's the who's who and who's the who's not in college football. So I'm excited, man. I can tell you who's in the who's who.
Oh, no doubt about it. I mean, and we're excited about it. So we'll probably let folks know how excited we are.
Some of our listening audience is in the who's not.
There's a few of them. Second down play, they're going to toss it across the middle on a slant play, and a catch made out to the 44-yard line. They're going to get a first down. So you hear the Bishop Kenny crowd behind us. They're excited, no doubt about it. They're trailing by 35, trying to get something going here against this Wildcat defense that's been very stingy early on. Mid-quarter timeout, 5:59 to go in the first half. The Cats with a 35-0 lead over Bishop Kenny. We're going to take a 1-minute timeout. We'll be back with more Wildcat football on WFBB.
Hi, this is Larry Birkins of Birkin Chevrolet in McClenny. It is truly an honor to help make these Wildcat radio broadcasts possible. Birkin Chevrolet with sales and service 6 days a week. Cars, trucks, SUVs, certified used cars. We help customers establish or reestablish credit. Thank you, Wildcat fans. From Larry Birkins at Birkin Chevrolet, US 90 in the heart of McClenny.
Online at BirkinChevy.com.
For over 50 years, Dependable Heating and Air Conditioning has been serving the community of McClenny. They provide quality air conditioning, HVAC, and electrical work to the residents of McClenny and the surrounding areas. The phone number for Dependable Heating and Air Conditioning is 259-6546. Oscar and Susie Gray would like to say, go Wildcats. Again, that's Dependable Heating and Air Conditioning.
5:37 to go in the first half. The Wildcats a big lead over Bishop Kenny here, 35-0, and the Wildcats are going to get another interception as we come out of the timeout.
Oh, cow, they're not going to throw it.
Yeah, they're going to get one late. Pass deep down the sideline on the left side, and the Wildcats stay home and make a big interception there. And right now, Jackie, I don't know if the game could be more one-sided.
No, not at all. And what I was complaining about, Ronnie Ellis picks that ball off, and the big tight end, number 33, I mean, good-looking player, came with the one-handed catch earlier, and he just carries Ronnie out of bounds and then slams him down on that Wildcat sideline. So we're going to get 15 more tacked onto this interception, and the wheels are coming off for Bishop Kenny in the second quarter.
Yeah, no doubt about it. They're going to turn it over here. The Wildcats will go back on offense, and they'll go back on offense inside of Bishop Kenny territory. First down and 10 from the 44 of Bishop Kenny, already with a 35-0 lead here in this ball game. District contest here tonight. The Wildcats can get another district win and improve their record to 6-3 on the year with the win against Bishop Kenny, which is what the Wildcats want to do. Going to run a little sweep play coming this side, and Bishop Kenny stays home this time. The Wildcats getting some new guys into the ball game. That was 25 on the carry.
J-Mod Ruiz. Yeah, we saw a little bit early on in the season when Scooby got hurt. So, yeah, some guys in now, up 35-0.
If you want to hear something funny, listen to their PA guy try to say our guy's name. Jamarian Baker up the middle. He's going to get inside the 40-yard line or so. I'm not sure how he just said Ruiz, but he didn't say it Ruiz.
No, people have the hardest time with Ruiz. I mean, that's one of those that when you come from where we come from, that's a common name. But, man, you go off places and they cannot say it.
Ruiz is not a hard name to say as far as I'm concerned, but for some reason, like you said, the PA announcers have a hard time with it. Alex Bowen's going to zip one to the far sideline, a catch made over there at the first down marker, and just beyond the first down marker as the Cats going to pick up a first down inside the 33-yard line. So this offense, Jackie, has done everything they wanted to do and more here early on in this ball game, along with we've gotten a couple of turnovers on defense, along with a special teams block punt for a touchdown.
Levi Jewell doing a great job on that play, knowing where he's at on the field, Mike, just enough to pick up the first down.
Senior ball player on this football team. This time they pass it out again to the far sideline. Alex Bowen going with that hurry-up offense, and a first down play gets them about 6 more yards.
Well, Coach Mays, he's elected now. You're going to stack the box. You're scared of Scooby Graham and Jamari and Baker. Well, we'll just pitch it out there to these guys. We can throw and catch, too, a little bit, and marching right down the field on little 5- and 6-yard dump passes.
Wildcats with 4 receivers set here. Now we send one in motion. Going to run a little sweep play coming this side. Ball carrier's got it, and he's going to get inside the 25-yard line down to the 24-yard line. That was Christian Taylor, number 4, on the carry. So if you look at the receivers out there for the Cats right now, you've got number 12, and that's Cameron Crawford on this sideline. On the far sideline, Levi Jewell's out there with Christian Taylor. They're going to run the ball inside with Jamarian Baker. He goes inside the 25, gets the first down and more down near the 20-yard line. So really just well-oiled here in the first half. Maybe we should move the coaches' show to Thursday night every week.
Yeah, hey, listen, I'm very superstitious. I know Coach Mays' wife, Miss Erica, she told me she's a very superstitious person. So whatever we do when we win, she does the same thing. So that may be what she likes.
Jaquan Page is going to be tackled in the backfield, and he's signaling that there was a face mask on the play, and the flag comes in, and I think that's what you're probably going to get. Bishop Kenny that time had a guy back there to take Page down in the backfield, but he took him down with his face mask, and that's a penalty. And you can be upset about it. You can not be happy about it all you want, but if they see you do it, and that's a key, Jackie. They've got to see it first, but if they see you do it, it's a penalty.
I didn't know they did 5-yard face mask penalties in high school.
Well, they do what they want in high school.
And make it up sometimes as they go.
I know they do. First down, inside the 20, Cats with the ball. Going to give it off to Baker. Baker gets inside the 15, fighting his way down near the 14-yard line. Jamarian Baker moving the ball ever so closer to that goal line. Second down coming up for the Cats. Second down and about 3.
I mean, that's a Wildcat offense, again, just doing what they want to right now on the football field, and these are the drives that you're talking about, just these long, drawn-out drives that they're putting together.
Alex Bowen's going to take it straight up the middle, and Alex Bowen got hit in the backfield by one of the Bishop Kenny guys, and I'll tell you who that was. Jackie, I had a chance before the game tonight to go and have dinner with a dear friend of mine, a guy I've known for a long time, lives over in Baldwin, Florida. He's named Scott Newsom, and we had dinner right before the game. His son, Jackie, is a sophomore linebacker for this Bishop Kenny team, number 24, Baylor Newsom, and he got in the backfield that time, hit Bowen. He was the first guy to hit him, but Bowen was able to get the first down.
Yeah, a good-looking kid, too, just a sophomore, at that outside linebacker spot, man, he's fast, can get the sidelines quick, and he's in there amongst the tackles holding his own.
Yeah, Baylor, good-looking kid. He's always been a great kid. He's playing linebacker over here as a sophomore for Bishop Kenny, number 24, trying to help that defense. Jaquan Page is going to break into the clear here on first down for the Cats. As we were going from just inside the 10, 9-yard touchdown run for Jaquan Page as he hit the hole, Jackie, and nobody touched him. And the Cats are on top 41-0.
When did they do the running?
Well, in the second half.
Yeah. Is it in the second half? No, because remember we went into the state championship down 35 at halftime, and they ran the clock.
Well,
I don't know. Maybe you're.
Well, the other thing is both coaches have to agree. I know that there have been some times in the past, and I don't know if the state championship was an automatic, but whatever. I mean, the truth is that in the old days, both coaches had to agree to the running clock, and I guess you could get it in the first half, but typically I've always seen it happen after halftime. But maybe nobody had the 35-point lead in the first half. I don't know.
If I'm down 42-0 on my home field, I'm trying to get this thing over with as quickly as possible. Trying to let my people go home.
Offsides on the kick, and Blake Mays would have had his 6th in a row, but now he's going to have to line it up and do it again. Any pressure on the kicker to do it after you just did it?
Yeah, they're trying to ice us. Referee's trying to ice my kicker.
Snap is down. The kick's on the way, and Blake Mays has drilled another one. 7 in a row here tonight for Blake Mays, or 6 in a row, as he makes it a 42-0 ball game with 1:42 to go in the half. And, Jackie, I'll just remind the folks that are listening in, I know we've got folks that are out there in hunting camps and folks that are in McClenny, and there's folks listening on 97.5 FM. We've got folks listening on the church's Facebook station. We've got folks listening on the church's YouTube station, and we've got folks listening all over the place, Jackie. So numerous ways to hear the game tonight. But all those folks that are listening, don't go away, because Jackie and I are going to bring you our Farm Bureau, Baker County Farm Bureau, halftime report in just a couple of minutes, and we've got a lot of stuff to talk about. But I mentioned earlier, American Recycling, my friend Tim Hughes, Wildcat Tim Hughes. We've been friends for a long time. He's got a couple of tickets, Jets and Jaguars. Sam Darnold, number 1 draft pick from a year ago, coming in here to face the Gardner Minshew mustache guys. Jackie, who's the if you had your team and you were starting tomorrow and you could pick Gardner Minshew or you could pick Sam Darnold, who would you take? Legitimate question, Jackie.
I mean, sometimes, man, and you know as well as I do, because we both were big fans of this guy who wore number 15 down in Gainesville. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you just got it, Mike. Mm-hmm. Nobody can explain what it is, but if you're an athlete, you've ever played any sports, you know what it is. And Gardner Minshew has it. Now, I'm not saying he's going to be the best quarterback ever. He's undersized, doesn't have the strongest arm, but against a guy like Sam Darnold, who may be your prototypical 6'5", can sling it 60 yards, I'm taking the guy that has it, man.
Well, and it's easy to say that a week after Tom Brady just kind of showed Sam Darnold what a real quarterback looks like. He's in his rookie year, Sam Darnold for the Jets. I just don't know. I mean, but here's the question I would ask you. We talked about this, and it's a question the Jaguars are going to face here in about a week. You got Nick Foles back from his collarbone. He went to practice this week. He's not going to play this week, but he's back out on the practice field. Gardner Minshew's got them to 3 wins on the season right now. They're sitting there with a chance to, if they can get some wins, and the Jaguars don't have the hardest schedule in the league for sure. If he can get them some wins, you're facing a dilemma, Jackie. And I got to tell you, they paid a lot of money. They paid a lot of money to get Nick Foles in here. And Nick Foles, a couple of years ago, won a Super Bowl. Don't forget that. Came in when Carson Wentz was hurt, took the Eagles to the playoffs, and eventually was a Super Bowl champion against the New England Patriots. So Nick Foles is not an average quarterback. He's a Super Bowl champion quarterback. Who do you put back in there?
I mean, to me, I cry every time I think of the play that Nick Foles went out on. Just a beautiful pass to DJ Chark in the end zone. And, man, I hated to see him not get up from that. I think you just got to evaluate it. Those guys get paid a lot of money to see what happens in practice and what kind of that this team has for Gardner Minshew. Is he leading? Do they fall behind him? I mean, he's just a rookie. Nick Foles, a little more experienced guy that can go out there, and he can probably lead this team better than Gardner Minshew can. And so I don't know. I think you just got to look at it and weigh your options and see what you can come up with.
Well, I'll tell you what, if he does go back in the game, number 7, Nick Foles, there's going to be a lot of these guys with Gardner Minshew tattoos they've gotten in the past few weeks that are going to be a little upset.
Be a lot less mustaches around.
Oh, I saw a guy on the internet today, Jackie, that airbrushed his entire car.
I saw that.
So there's going to be some folks that aren't necessarily happy, but as a coaching staff and as a team, you've got to look at the guy that gives you the best chance, and you're going to get a big face mask here with Tracy White trying to return the punt. He is just corralled by the face mask that time, and that's going to be a flag.
These Bishop Kenny fans, maybe their chess club's really good because they don't have a clue about football.
Well, we talked about it before the game. They've got a young team. I mean, this is a team that we've seen. They had a run there several years ago where they won a lot of district championships, really developed a rivalry with us in Baker County. But right now, Jackie, I'd agree. They're definitely lagging. 42-0, as a matter of fact. The Cats on top with a minute to go here in the first half. And I gave away some of what I wanted to talk about at halftime, but we're still going to do that, and we're still going to give away a couple of those tickets to the Jets and Jaguars game at halftime. So you'll want to pay attention. We've got our Baker County Farm Bureau halftime report coming up, and the Cats go back on offense here with a 6-touchdown lead. Alex Bowen takes the snap, drops straight back, going to fire one down the sideline. He's got Crawford again, and Crawford makes a juggling catch inside the 20-yard line, and Carson Crawford then gives the business to one of our guys over there, and he's going to get a flag.
He knows better than that. His daddy's going to get all over him for that.
Yeah, not sure what he said, but whatever it was, it drew a flag. And I don't even know if the referee could hear what he said. He just didn't like the way that Crawford got up and went back at the defender there.
But a great catch. My goodness, what a catch. So it hit off the defender's hand, and great concentration that time by Carson Crawford to come up with a huge play there. Well-thrown ball by Alex Bowen, and a great catch by Carson Crawford is going to set the Wildcats up. I mean, Coach Mays, he's not even willing to take this thing into halftime with a 42-0 lead. He's going for it, man. He wants to score again. 48 seconds left in the second quarter. Wildcats up 42-0 and not letting our foot off the gas.
Well, and he knows what we talked about. You know, there's probably going to be a running clock in the second half, and this is about the last chance you're going to get to run this first-string offense. So I don't think it's anything against Bishop Kenny or anything that we're trying to do to them per se.
I would.
Aside from the fact that we just want to get these guys some snaps out there, and we've got a big one next week to try and go 7-3 on the year. You know, given the situation and everything we've gone through this year, Jackie, this is a team that as we sit here tonight, and if we anticipate this is a win for the Cats and we go to 6-3, and let's just say we win next week and we're 7-3 on the year, you know, you're going to look back on this year and think, you know, there's a couple of games. I mean, we've lost 3 games by a total of 14 points, and a couple of those, you know, a 3-point loss to Bradford to start the year, a 4-point loss to Westside, and Westside's a team that's probably going to win the district. So we'll check on that score at halftime and let you know. I don't know who's winning that game at the moment, but
I had it up earlier when Terry Parker was beating Westside.
Uh-oh. 42-0 ball game right now, though. The Cats with the ball. First down and 10. So after the catch inside the 20, the 15-yarder is going to take us back to around the 37. And now Bowen's going to take it, roll to his right. Bowen looking to throw. He's throwing it underneath, and he had a guy there open, just threw it a little bit short of his receiver. It'll be second down.
Yeah, he had a guy rolling out to his right. One of those, that was on looked like one of those plays in the Orange Park game. Alex Bowen, one of the best games he's had throwing the football all year long, and it was outside the pocket, you know, rolling left and right. And that time he rolls to his right, had Avant Lee sitting in the soft coverage there and just missed him.
Second down play now. Bowen in the shotgun, takes the snap. He's under pressure. He's going to roll to his right. Now Bowen's going to run. We've got a flag behind the play. Bowen was going to be downfield inside the 20, headed toward the first down marker, but a flag down behind the play, and somebody got upended over there, Jackie. Not sure if that's going to be the call, but I saw that. Somebody was upended, and now the penalty's probably going to be against the Cats.
I mean, they had the jailbreak on, too. What a great play by the offensive line that time. Bishop Kenny literally brought everybody, the linebackers, defensive linemen, and Alex Bowen, the offensive line, picks it up perfectly. Alex Bowen sees it and takes off running and would have had a big gain and a first down, but we're going to get another chop block penalty, it looks like, Mike. So we're going to back us up 15 yards from the spot. So now we're looking at second down and about 25 here.
Second down, 25. Alex Bowen in the shotgun. He drops straight back, now looking to run. Now he throws it down the right sideline. He had a receiver over there on the far sideline, and it's going to be incomplete. And Jackie, I don't know. Honestly, I'm not sure what's going on with these kids, but they seem to be trying to take control of this stadium here. One of them handing you money.
That's my little hustler there, man. That's who got my drink for me. Man, shook it up a little bit, but I gave him a good tip.
Well, that kid, you got to keep an eye on. I'm going to tell you.
Reese's peanut butter.
And he was probably happy. 42-0. Cats, 21 seconds here. Bowen's going to drop the throw. They're going to throw a little screen pass underneath, and a little too hard. You're trying to throw that screen pass. You need a little touch on it, and he fired it in there to Avant Lee, and it'll be incomplete.
The sad part is Avant was going to be running for a while there. Avant may have scored on that if he's able to complete that pass. They had Bishop Kenny's defense confused, sent Scooby Graham out to the right, and Avant Lee just drug all the way across the field. And he was wide open. Everybody had went with Scooby Graham, so unfortunate miss.
Jackie, this is the first time that we've sent a punter on the field tonight. Same guy that plays quarterback. He's been on the field, but first time we're going to punt it away, and we'll get a flag down before the play. Jackie, Tim Hughes just sent me a text, and Parker is beating Westside 29-7.
Wow.
That's not what we wanted to hear.
I had a feeling. Somebody asked me before the game, and Parker, man, Westside, they got athletes, don't get me wrong, but Westside beat us just heaving the ball up and a couple lucky breaks there. Parker, I felt like had the athletes to hang with them.
Yeah, I mean, if we go back to the ball games, I felt like we definitely should have beaten Westside, and I felt like we had a chance to beat Terry Parker.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I felt like we were the better team when we played Westside. Against Terry Parker, I think we needed some help, and, not that we couldn't have beat them, too, but I felt like, our chances to beat Westside were a lot greater. So I'm not saying I don't know. Obviously they were very similar teams, but with Parker with a 29-7 lead over Westside, that's going to throw the district championship into a little bit of a mix, because that would give Parker the district championship, and that's going to change the points. So we'll just have to see how that goes. But we'll talk about that more at halftime coming up in just a minute. We've only got 5 seconds left to go here in the half. Bishop Kenny trailing 42-0. They're going to run one more play here before the halftime break. They're going to run a little underneath screen. Receiver's got the catch made. He's out across the 30, and he's going to be hit by Camilo Rollins out across the 35-yard line. My goodness, Camilo Rollins laid a wallop on him there to end the half. My goodness.
That may not come back out. I'll let him bring my guys back out here, man. They're getting hurt mentally and physically.
42-0. The Wildcats with the lead. Don't forget, we're going to give away a couple of tickets to the Jaguars-Jets game on Sunday here at TIAA Bank Field. It's easy for you to say. And the Jaguars will face the Jets, and they'll be here at home on Sunday afternoon. I saw somewhere today, Jackie, this is the last time the Jaguars will be home for like 42 days. So this is your last chance for a month and a half to watch the Jaguars at home, and we're going to give somebody a chance to win those at the halftime break. Also, coming up at the break, Jackie and I are going to break down what we've seen in college football for the first half of the year. We've got the second half of the year to go, along with some big games this weekend that will tell you what to look for. So come back and join us in a few minutes. We'll take a timeout. The Wildcats with a 42-0 lead over Bishop Kenny here on the road. We're going to break and come back with our Baker County Farm Bureau halftime report in just a few moments. You're listening to Wildcat Football. We'll take about a 5-minute break, and we'll be back with the halftime show right here on WFBB.
Baker County Farm Bureau wants to wish the Baker County Wildcats much success this football season. Baker County Farm Bureau, specializing in auto insurance, homeowners insurance, along with life insurance. To get started with Farm Bureau, contact Jack Baker or Justin Webb at 259-6332. That's 259-6332.
Alan Tanner at McClenny Motor Parts is a longtime supporter of Wildcat football. McClenny Motor Parts stocks parts for all makes and models, and what they don't have, they can get. McClenny Motor Parts, US 90 downtown McClenny, open weekdays 8 till 6, Saturdays 8 till 2. McClenny Motor Parts, your Napa know-how store.
Napa know-how, Napa know-how, Napa know-how, Napa know-how.
Gibson McDonald Furniture and Mattress of McClenny is proud to again sponsor Wildcat football. Gibson McDonald has furniture, mattresses, and appliances in stock and ready for delivery. Gibson McDonald has electronics and lawn and garden equipment. Gibson McDonald Furniture and Mattress in the Winn-Dixie Plaza in McClenny.
Baker High Wildcats football is being brought to you by American Recycling Center. Recycling helps the environment. American Recycling offers compensation for cans, radiators, copper, brass, and aluminum. American Recycling Center located at 5325 Woodlawn Road. That's 1/2 mile west of 121 near I-10. Open weekdays from 9 till 5, Saturdays from 9 to 1. Telephone 631-0152. That's 631-0152. American Recycling Center. Happy to support Baker High football.
Hi, this is Larry Berkins of Berkins Chevrolet in McClenny. It is truly an honor to help make these Wildcat radio broadcasts possible. Berkins Chevrolet with sales and service 6 days a week. Cars, trucks, SUVs, certified used cars. We help customers establish or reestablish credit. Thank you, Wildcat fans. From Larry Berkins at Berkins Chevrolet, US 90 in the heart of McClenny.
Online at BerkinsChevy.com.
For over 50 years, Dependable Heating and Air Conditioning has been serving the community of McClenny. They provide quality air conditioning, HVAC, and electrical work to the residents of McClenny and the surrounding areas. The phone number for Dependable Heating and Air Conditioning is 259-6546. Oscar and Susie Gray would like to say, go Wildcats. Again, that's Dependable Heating and Air Conditioning, 259-6546.
You're listening to Wildcat Football on 97.5 FM WFBB. This radio station is a ministry of Glen Baptist Church in Glen, St. Mary, Florida. We're blessed to air Baker County Wildcat Football live each week, and it's our hope that you enjoy the program. We know that life is busy, work, school, football, running errands around, but in the midst of the busyness, we all need a church home that brings the stability upon which you can build your life. If you're looking for a church home where you can grow in Christ and community, we would love to invite you to worship with us every Sunday morning at 10:30 a.m. Check us out on our website at glenbaptist.org or on Facebook, where you can access church info and content and even watch worship services. At Glen, you get dynamic music, gospel-centered expository preaching, and a wonderful faith community. Come grow with us.
Most of us like to be out in the sun. That's why sunscreen and other safety measures are key to protecting your skin from aging and cancer. The FDA recommends using a sunscreen with a sun protection factor, or SPF, of 15 or higher. Also, look for broad spectrum on the label. That means both harmful ultraviolet A and B rays are blocked. UVA rays age the skin, UVB rays burn, and both cause cancer. But the perfect sunscreen doesn't count if you use it wrong. Don't need sunscreen on a cloudy day? Wrong. 80% of UV rays still get through the haze. Only use sunscreen at the beach? Nope. Anytime you're outside, UV rays attack the skin, so you need protection. And you have to reapply sunscreen every 2 hours. Remember, SPF plus broad spectrum equal healthy fun in the sun. Visit www.fda.gov/sunscreen for more information. A message from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration.
Broadcasting from Glen Baptist Church in the heart of Glen St. Mary, Florida, you're listening to 97.5 WFBB, the beacon of Baker County.
And we welcome you back here to Bishop Kenny High School. Mike Cruz, Jackie Baker, statistician Justin Thomas, and all the Wildcat fans that have made the trip over here to see the Wildcats play Bishop Kenny, the Crusaders, on the road tonight. The Wildcats having their way early on, Jackie, 42-0 at halftime. The Wildcats have been up and down the field. We've gotten a couple of interceptions on defense. We blocked the punt, ran it in for a touchdown. Scooby Graham's got 3 touchdowns on the night. Alex Bowen, a couple of passing touchdowns on the night. Carson Crawford with a touchdown catch. Avant Lee, Scooby Graham. I mean, the guys, Jaquan Page has found the end zone twice, once on a block punt and then once on a running play. So, Jackie, nothing slowing down this Wildcat offense in the first half as they've ripped it out to a 42-0 lead.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of those games, Mike, where, I mean, when you say a team's having their way,
yeah,
they are literally able to do whatever in the world they want to do on offense, and the scoreboard reflects that. 42-0 with an opportunity to score right before halftime, which was squandered on a chop block penalty after Alex Bowen had picked up a first down at about the 15-yard line. So I had a couple fans text in and say, hey, if we score here, tell Coach Mays to go for 2 so we can hang 50 on them in the first half. So,
yeah, no doubt about it.
The rivalry is still alive.
The Wildcats against Bishop Kenny, yeah, definitely during the middle part of the 2000s and that early part of the 2010, 11, 12. We had some bitter rivalry games with those guys, and I was just running through some of that rivalry with some of these old folks here from Bishop Kenny that we've come to know over the years, along with some Baker County Wildcat fans that made their way over here to talk with us, Jackie, at halftime. And it's good, it's good. It's good to get a big lead at halftime like this, and it's good for the Wildcats to have some of these guys that came up from JV, along with some of these reserves that haven't had quite the playing time that some of these other guys have had all year, and they're going to get a chance to get out there and play here in the second half. And I don't know if we'll have a running clock yet or not, but we'll see if that works out. But I want to welcome everybody into our Baker County Farm Bureau halftime report. We just saw the Baker County Wildcat Band with a big performance there at halftime. Got all the folks over here on their feet. But Jack Baker, Justin Webb, 259-6332 down at Baker County Farm Bureau for all your insurance needs. Automobile insurance, homeowners insurance, life insurance, group health insurance. Those guys cover it all, and they are big Wildcat fans and supporters as well. And you give them a call, 259-6332, Baker County Farm Bureau. So, Jackie, the Wildcats, with a win tonight, will move to 6-3 on the year, and a chance to get to the playoffs. We'll have to keep our eyes on that Terry Parker Westside game. We know Parker was winning early on. But, Jackie, let's talk about a couple of things. I already picked your brain about the Gardner Minshew, Nick Foles thing. Let's talk about some teams. Let's talk about some teams that are making some noise. Okay, so it's getting a little closer. Let's talk about some teams that are making some noise in college football. And let's talk – I just want to get your thoughts on who's got a chance and who doesn't. We're about a week away from maybe one of the biggest games of the year when Alabama and LSU take center stage next week. But also that same weekend, you're going to have Florida and Georgia. So two huge SEC games about a week away. But, Jackie, tomorrow in the SEC, Auburn and LSU. Auburn's a team that people have just forgotten about after they went to Gainesville and lost that game. Everybody in the country was talking about Auburn before they went to Gainesville. After then, nobody's talking about them. But, Jackie, guess what? They've only got one loss, and they're facing LSU tomorrow. And LSU, could they be looking ahead to Georgia? I don't know. LSU's a big favorite in that ball game tomorrow. Tell me, does Auburn have a chance to shock LSU?
They absolutely have a chance. My God, Auburn was that was the analyst baby going into the game against the Florida Gators, and then all of a sudden, I don't think. Well, that's not even saying. I know that Florida was not getting the respect they deserved going into that ball game, and so when they shocked the world and beat Auburn, everybody said, "Oh well, maybe Auburn's not as good as we thought they were," and then Florida played LSU and hung right there with them through the whole entire game. And people said, okay, maybe Florida is, a legit contender now. And so Auburn's stock rose up a little bit more, and then they put a 55-piece, I think, last weekend. And so, I mean, that's a huge game. LSU has zero defense whatsoever. So I think Auburn's going to be able to move the ball, and I believe Auburn's defense is much better than LSU. So I think it's going to be a game to watch. Would not shock me if Auburn's able to come up with a big upset.
Jackie, nobody, and we don't normally do it, but and I agree with you. I think you need to watch out for Auburn tomorrow. I think they're a team that they want to come back and make a statement. LSU, though, don't get me wrong, that's a good football team. Going to be hard for Auburn to go in there and win. I think if that game was at Auburn, I'd give them a little bit more of a chance, but that's definitely a game worth watching tomorrow. But, Jackie, a game in the Big Ten. We don't talk about the Big Ten very much. Ohio State seems to be the class of the Big Ten right now, but Michigan, a one-loss team, okay, but they're favored. They're favored tomorrow by a point over Notre Dame. Notre Dame's a team that a lot of people, they saw Notre Dame play Georgia down to the wire early in the season. Notre Dame's a team that a lot of people are thinking is, one of the better one-loss teams out there. But if Notre Dame's one of the better one-loss teams out there, how can they be an underdog against Michigan?
Because Michigan gets so much love for absolutely no reason. This is the battle of the Cinderellas, Mike. The two teams that come in every year, ranked in the top 10 for absolutely no reason whatsoever other than tradition. And it's not even been a great tradition in recent years. So I could care less who wins that game. I think Notre Dame is going to win the game. If you say Michigan's favored, I'll call it an upset. There's too many rumors going around about Harbaugh getting out of there and going back to the NFL. Too many distractions in Michigan right now, so Notre Dame would be upset.
Well, Jackie, come down and join me so I can look at you eye to eye when I say this. I'm not going to make a lot of fans that are listening very happy right now, but last week I told you if Florida State went on the road and lost to Wake Forest, that would be absolute disaster. Okay, I get it. Wake Forest has got one loss on the year. But I also get that Louisville scored 62 on them at home a week before that. FSU goes on the road last week. Looked like a train wreck at the end of that game trying to get a two-minute drive going. Jackie, has Willie Taggart just completely lost this team? They're favored at home tomorrow by 10 against Syracuse. And what I'm guessing is not going to be much of a home crowd advantage because I'm guessing if you turn on the TV tomorrow, there might be 25,000, 30,000 people there. Jackie, what in the world is happening with Willie Taggart and FSU?
I tell you, you started to hear, I'm sure you heard them too, the leaks of, well, if Taggart gets fired, FSU is going to target Urban Meyer. So when you get those talks going, it's all over with. Willie Taggart may as well pack his bags and be looking for the next place he can sucker into a head coaching job because this FSU, I think they're done with it. Now they're going to, I don't know where in the world they'll come up with the money to pay Willie Taggart's buyout and get a caliber coach like Urban Meyer. I don't see him having the funds to do that, but nonetheless, I guess you can target a guy without actually paying him. So I'm not sure, but yeah, Willie Taggart's done in Tallahassee.
Well, I think those two things are mutually exclusive, right? So Willie Taggart is done, I agree. I don't think there's any chance that a guy like Urban Meyer is headed to Tallahassee, so they can talk about that all they want. I've heard other people mentioning that this year, but it's just, to me, it's just fiction. I don't think Urban Meyer, a guy who's trying to get his name, he's trying to get back in good graces with Florida fans. You had Tim Tebow come out and encourage Florida fans to get back in Urban Meyer's good graces, so to speak, and he wants to be in the Ring of Honor down at the University of Florida. He won 2 national championships there as a head coach, so I don't think a guy that has that much allegiance to the University of Florida is going to be headed over to Tallahassee, and that would be that would be disaster in my mind.
Urban Meyer, he's always looking too, man. He's very calculated in what he does and where he goes. I don't think that he's going to go over to a place that has just absolutely crumbled. I mean, just they are in a disaster out west, and there's no light at the end of the tunnel. They thought they saw light. Well, guess what? It was a train, Mike, because there's nothing good going on I-10 West.
So Syracuse is not a good football team, Jackie. They're 10-point underdogs in Tallahassee tomorrow. Can FSU cover the spread and win that game?
I'm not saying they can't do it, but I will tell you this. I'm not betting FSU on the spread of nothing. I put a lot of stock in the 27.5 to Clemson, and it was 28-0 in the first quarter.
Before you could blink.
Yeah. I mean, I told everybody, ride high on that. Mortgage your house. There's no way that's going to happen. And they just got no fight left in Tallahassee.
Well, a week from today, we'll talk about this Georgia-Florida game in our halftime show next week. It's a huge one coming up next week, and I was a week early on the Alabama-LSU. That's actually 2 weeks from tomorrow, so you can hang on. There will be 2 weeks in a row with some great football games. But
that means a lot.
Yeah, that mean a ton. So some big games coming up in college football. There's some good ones tomorrow to watch. We just talked about a few of them, but there's some other big ones out there as well. Stay tuned to that. You've been listening to our Baker County Farm Bureau halftime report. I am going to give a lucky fan a chance to win some Jaguar tickets when we come back from our next time out, so you want to stay tuned to that. Bishop Kenny's going to run an onside kick here to start the second half, and the ball is going to be recovered by Bishop Kenny.
How do you not know that's coming out of halftime?
We had one guy here.
I mean, what in the world is special teams doing there?
Thanks again to Baker County Farm Bureau for sponsoring our halftime show, and thank you to all the Wildcat folks who were listening to the halftime show. Bishop Kenny will get the ball to start the second half here on the onside kick, and Jackie, we had one guy over here, and he came up and made a block. I don't know if he ever saw the ball coming.
No, he saw it, but that's what they're trained to do. He thinks he's got a guy behind him. The first line is supposed to just block and let that second line of guys get it. Well, there wasn't a second line of guys there. We're in regular kickoff formation. 42-0 Wildcats lead here starting the second half. Bishop Kenny going to run a little inside slant play, and they've got a catch made and a good gain against this Wildcat defense heading down the field as they're going to get the ball inside the 35-yard line or so. And now, Jackie, since the first down, we'll see if this running clock thing is happening or not, and they are calling for an official timeout here. But so they had an injured player, so we'll have to check that running clock in just a minute, but 11:18 to go, third quarter. So, Jackie, we'll give a lucky fan. I want to go ahead and let folks know that the text line for our Jaguar tickets tonight is 904-859-6383. I'll give it to you again. That's 904-859-6383. And I'll give it to you again before we ask the question, but that'll be coming up after our next commercial timeout, courtesy of American Recycling, a chance to win a pair of tickets to the Jaguars-Jets game. Handoff, no. Quarterback keeps it. He's going to run away from trouble, and now he's going to be drilled as he gets to the second level there as one of the Wildcats came up and smoked him. It'll be a gain on the play of about 5 yards, but second down coming up. Big Jumbo Elliott that time, he was just waiting on him, Zane Mobley in pursuit behind the line of scrimmage. And when he got there, that was Daytrell Page.
56. Daytrell Page. Inside handoff this time. Bishop Kenny gets some running lanes, and they're going to take the ball down inside the 25, down inside the 20, and now moving their way toward the 10-yard line. So Bishop Kenny gets the ball on the onside kick to start the second half, and they're driving with it. Their best possession of the night.
Yeah, no doubt. The offense moving the ball and 42-0, I understand. I mean, you don't ever want to say, you know, guys, just go out there and stand around. But, man, it's hard to get back up for a shellacking like that. And Wildcat defense, they're going to call that foul. Well, first he signaled incomplete, and then he called it a catch. So I'm not sure what happened. Nonetheless, Wildcat defense there to stop that play in its tracks. They found a little success in the first half on those wide receiver screens, and they've run it 3 times now on this drive. Wildcats snuff it out that time, so 2nd and goal now from about the 9-yard line. See if this Wildcat defense can come up with a stand. It looks like we do have the running clock, Mike. That was an incomplete pass, and the clock's still running.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think the running clock is on. 2nd down and goal now for Bishop Kenny. Quarterback, straight drop's going to fire one out to the right side, and a tackle is going to be made immediately by the Wildcats as Jefferson comes up, makes a tackle. It'll be 3rd down.
It's a great play that time by Carlos Jefferson. That tight end for Bishop Kenny, number 33, a big kid, and Carlos Jefferson comes right up, makes a sure tackle right after the catch. So 3rd and goal from about the 7 or 8 yard line here, and I would only imagine that Bishop Kenny's in 4-down territory from here on out.
Absolutely. Trailing by 42, and you've got a running clock against you. Absolutely. 3rd down play, quarterback with a drop. He's going to fire another inside slant pass, and Bishop Kenny, with 8:25 to go in the 3rd quarter, has finally found pay dirt to make it a 42-6 ball game.
I don't know what they're living on that wide receiver screen. You can't get out there. The linebackers got to do a better job of getting out and covering that receiver as he's darting back in, man. You got to meet him right there in the hole where he's wanting to catch that ball.
Extra point attempt coming up with 8 minutes to go in the ball game, and Jackie, you're absolutely right about the running clock. It is happening. Extra point is up and good. It's a 42-7. Oh, they say it's no good. The PA guy said it was good to start with, and he said not. All right, so the Wildcats give up a touchdown here to Bishop Kenny, but still we have a 42-7 lead. So we're going to send it back to the station. We'll take a 1-minute timeout, and we'll be back. You're listening to Wildcat Football on WFBB.
Baker County Farm Bureau wants to wish the Baker County Wildcats much success this football season. Baker County Farm Bureau, specializing in auto insurance, homeowners insurance, along with life insurance. To get started with Farm Bureau, contact Jack Baker or Justin Webb at 259-6332. That's 259-6332.
Gibson McDonald Furniture and Mattress of McClenny is proud to again sponsor Wildcat Football. Gibson McDonald has furniture, mattresses, and appliances in stock and ready for delivery. Gibson McDonald has electronics and lawn and garden equipment. Gibson McDonald Furniture and Mattress in the Winn-Dixie Plaza in McClenny.
Bishop Kenny once again tries an onside kick this time, and Jackie, you're trying to educate this Bishop Kenny crowd here of the rule. What's that rule?
The ball's got to go 10 yards. The Bishop Kenny player, he grabbed it at about 9 yards, and that's why the ball is marked. Well, it looks like about 8 yards because the ball's marked on Bishop Kenny's side of the 50-yard line, and the Wildcat offense is going to take over already. We're going to take the mid-quarter water break here, Mike, so we'll go ahead and take another 1-minute timeout for the mid-quarter water break.
Yeah, let's do that. We want to get set up for our trivia question that's going to come up in a minute. So, John, why don't we do this? Why don't you take a 2-minute timeout, and we'll bring everybody back in just a moment right here on WFBB.
For over 50 years, Dependable Heating and Air Conditioning has been serving the community of McClenny. They provide quality air conditioning, HVAC, and electrical work to the residents of McClenny and the surrounding areas. The phone number for Dependable Heating and Air Conditioning is 259-6546. Oscar and Susie Gray would like to say, go Wildcats. Again, that's Dependable Heating and Air Conditioning, 259-6546.
Baker High Wildcats football is being brought to you by American Recycling Center. Recycling helps the environment. American Recycling offers compensation for cans, radiators, copper, brass, and aluminum. American Recycling Center located at 5325 Woodlawn Road. That's 1/2 mile west of 121 near I-10. Open weekdays from 9 till 5, Saturdays from 9 to 1. Telephone 631-0152. That's 631-0152. American Recycling Center. Happy to support Baker High football.
In the game of life, it's not how far you can throw the ball.
It's not how high you can fly.
It's not how fast you can run.
Or how many touchdowns you can score that matters. It's really how you play the game that counts.
Because the game only lasts 4 quarters.
For a few years. For that moment in time.
Good sportsmanship. Sportsmanship.
Sportsmanship.
Sportsmanship.
Lasts a lifetime.
And we welcome you back here to Bishop Kenny High School. The Wildcats a 42-6 lead right now over the Bishop Kenny Crusaders and the Wildcats with the ball. Alex Bowen's going to turn and give the ball off. And the Wildcat running back is met in the backfield, and they'll blow it dead there as Jamarian Baker hit right at the line of scrimmage. Wildcats getting some other guys into the ball game here as we head down toward the stretch. Big game here for the Cats tonight in district play. Tim Hughes gave me another update a moment ago, and Westside was getting closer to Parker. It was 26-21 ball game. And let me look at this real fast, Jackie. I want to see it. So, 2008. Is that right?
Alex Bowen, he's going to push it out to Jaquan Page. Jaquan Page got some running room now. Picks up good yardage there on second down. Jaquan Page, one of the shiftier running backs for the Wildcats, with a good gain. Going to make this a third and manageable now, third and about 2.
That's good. That's good. That's good to know. All right, so third down and 2. Jackie, thanks for getting that. I had to look at that stat information you were giving me just a moment ago. Inside handoff again, though. The Cats are stopped on 3rd and short as Bishop Kenny comes up and makes the play. That guy, 33 for Bishop Kenny, he's played just about every play. He's played tight end and he's played linebacker, and that guy's played all night, Jackie, and he's done a good job considering the circumstances.
Yeah, I mean, he was the guy that had the one-handed catch. That was a great catch earlier in the ball game. And then he also plays on defense. That was he's in a very similar position to what somebody before the game told us about the fourth quarter, man. He's winded.
4th down play, the Cats will be content to punt this one away with a running clock here. We're under 4 minutes to go in the ball game, or in the third quarter. Cats on top 42-6. So Bishop Kenny will get the ball back as we head down the stretch here. Jackie, we'll get an update. Tim Hughes, if you're listening, give us an update on that Parker Westside game when you can. But, Jackie, it's time. I teased everybody long enough, and here we go. We're going to give away a pair of tickets to the Jaguars versus the Jets this Sunday at TIAA Bank Field. You'll get to see a matchup between a couple of young quarterbacks who, in due time, I would imagine that Gardner Minshew and Sam Darnold both have a chance to kind of leave a lasting legacy in the NFL. They both are starting out that way anyway. Regardless if Nick Foles comes and takes the job or not, I would think Gardner Minshew, Jackie at least, has proven he can play at this level. So, question for you. Here's the text line, 904-859-6383. I'm looking for the first person who can text me the right answer, and it's got to have both parts to the question right. You got to have both parts to the question right. It's going to be not a very difficult question, but it is a question that you'll have to do some research on. So somebody's not going to know it right off the top of their head unless you're just a smart guy. So here you go, Jackie. Florida, Georgia next week here in Jacksonville. Both teams off this week. Georgia getting some rest, Florida getting some rest. So both teams right now positioned within the top 10 in the country. Florida number 7, Georgia number 10. So both teams top 10 teams. So barring anything crazy happening with the polls this week, both of those teams will be inside the top 10 when they match up here next Saturday. Would you agree?
Yeah, I would think so.
text lines 904-859-6383. Once again, 904-859-6383. And this is the last time I'm giving it. 904-859-6383. Jackie, be the first person to text me and give me both answers to this question. Number one, the first answer to the question is, when was the last time Florida and Georgia played when both teams were ranked in the top 10? And then what was the final score of that ball game? So that's it. That's it. The question, very simply, this year the Gators and Bulldogs will both be in the top 10. When was the last time they were both in the top 10 when they squared off against each other? Who won and what was the score? That's it. Text me those answers, and you can be a winner to the Jaguars-Jets game this Sunday. Pass across the middle is going to be picked off. Carlos Jefferson's got it, and he's running it back toward the end zone, Jackie. And Jefferson's going to go in there for an interception return touchdown for the Cats for another touchdown.
And I'm not sure. I mean, don't get me wrong when I say this. That's a great play by Carlos Jefferson. We've talked about that from that safety position a couple times. Those guys looking in the backfield a little bit, and they have not been fooled tonight at all. I believe, was that 3 interceptions tonight, Mike? At least 2, I know, but I think it's 3.
3. That's 3.
But this quarterback for Bishop Kenny, and I'm not sure what grade he's in. He's done some good things tonight, but, man, we talked about 33, the big tight end. He is just staring him down from the get-go, trying everything he can to get him the ball. And Carlos Jefferson just sits back and waits on it, and he floats another one down the middle, and Carlos returns it for a touchdown.
7 extra points in a row now for Blake Mays as he kicks it up and through. And the Wildcats now with a 49-7 lead, or 49-6 lead here over Bishop Kenny. You're right, Jackie. 3 interception returns for the Wildcats tonight, and 1 block punt return for a touchdown. So big night for the defense.
Yeah. If you had the Wildcat defense and special teams on your fantasy, you'd be killing it right now.
So, Jackie, want to give a shout-out real fast while we've got a chance. One thing that we haven't done on those 7 touchdowns is thank my man Larry Birkins down there. And for some reason or another, when we went on the road today, I guess I didn't drive by there and see those beautiful Chevrolet trucks on the lot. But since it's hunting season, I know some guys probably are driving by there and checking them out. So with 7 touchdowns on the night, I need you to give me 7. Larry Birkins.
Hey, this whole offense just says, come on.
Come on.
Kevin Mays has said, come on tonight to the offense, and they have answered.
Larry, we appreciate it for sure, and we will make sure that everyone knows that the next Baker County Wildcat touchdown is a Larry Birkins touchdown. And the other shout-out, that question I gave just a moment ago for the for the Jaguar tickets was brought to you by American Recycling and Tim Hughes. Giving us a chance for those Wildcat tickets. Waiting on him to give me a text back on that Parker Westside game. And after our next break, I'll let everyone know who our trivia winner is. I don't have one yet, just so you know. If you still want a chance at those tickets, you can text me, 904-859-6383. And there's a pass coming up the right sideline. And there's that guy, 33 again, Jackie, and he makes the catch and gets out across midfield. And a flag down after the play over. Another personal foul play. Oh, goodness.
I'm not sure. I didn't see what happened down here, but I did see the flag. That time there was a little miscommunication in the Wildcat secondary. 33 was uncovered. Nobody on him. The quarterback saw it, so as soon as he hikes the ball, he throws it out there to him. And he picks up big yardage after Ronnie Ellis laid a boom to him, but not before he picks up 20 yards. But this is going to come back after the play. Personal foul over here on the Bishop Kenny sideline. And those guys, they're just frustrated. No reason to pick up personal fouls, but down 49-6. I'd be frustrated too. End of the third quarter.
I agree with that. So, all right, so we're going to take a break here. We are at the end of the third quarter. The Wildcats on top 49-6. During the break, we'll check to see if we've got a winner for our Tim Hughes American Recycling Trivia question. And a chance for somebody to go to that Jaguar game tomorrow. I saw my phone lighting up with a bunch of texts, so I'm going to go to it and see if anybody's got the right answer. We'll be back. You're listening to Wildcat Football on WFBB.
Hi, this is Larry Birkins of Birkins Chevrolet in McClenny. It is truly an honor to help make these Wildcat radio broadcasts possible. Birkins Chevrolet with sales and service 6 days a week. Cars, trucks, SUVs, certified used cars. We help customers establish or reestablish credit. Thank you, Wildcat fans, from Larry Berkins at Berkins Chevrolet, US 90 in the heart of McClenny.
Online at BerkinsChevy.com. Alan Tanner at McClenny Motor Parts is a longtime supporter of Wildcat football. McClenny Motor Parts stocks parts for all makes and models. And what they don't have, they can get. McClenny Motor Parts, US 90, downtown McClenny. Open weekdays 8 till 6, Saturdays 8 till 2. McClenny Motor Parts, your Napa know-how store.
Napa know-how, Napa know-how, Napa know-how, Napa know-how.
Baker County Farm Bureau wants to wish the Baker County Wildcats much success this football season. Baker County Farm Bureau, specializing in auto insurance, homeowners insurance, along with life insurance. To get started with Farm Bureau, contact Jack Baker or Justin Webb at 259-6332. That's 259-6332.
Baker High Wildcats football is being brought to you by American Recycling Center. Recycling helps the environment. American Recycling offers compensation for cans, radiators, copper, brass, and aluminum. American Recycling Center located at 5325 Woodlawn Road. That's 1/2 mile west of 121 near I-10. Open weekdays from 9 till 5, Saturdays from 9 to 1. Telephone 631-0152. That's 631-0152. American Recycling Center. Happy to support Baker High football.
Well, Jackie, it's a big score on the scoreboard, but it's not stopping these guys from laying some big hits out there.
That was a collision.
That was a collision at the goal line. Here we go. Inside, Bishop Kenny is going to get their second touchdown of the night. While you were away, folks, they had a big pass play down the left sideline after that personal foul call. And a big catch made there at the 20. They ran another pass play to the right side. The receiver was leveled at the goal line. And then they had a 1st and goal from the 1, and they were able to punch it in. So Bishop Kenny now, a couple of touchdowns here in the second half. With about 10 minutes to go in the ball game, Jackie, and they've cut the lead to 49-12.
Yeah, making it a game. 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter. The clock continues to run. Bishop Kenny doing what they can to claw their way back.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. They're going to run a 2-point play here, and they're going to get the 2-point conversion. And, Jackie, I don't know if you could tell the Bishop Kenny fans this or not, but they believe they're in the game.
I don't know if they've looked at the scoreboard yet tonight, Mike.
I don't know if they have either, but that brings the score back to 49-14. So, Jackie, I kind of tricked the folks with our trivia question tonight. I'm not going to lie. The trivia question, if you're a Florida Gator fan, you're probably thinking, man, we haven't been in the top 10 in a while, right?
I was surprised.
Yeah, so it's kind of a little bit of a trick question. I got a lot of folks that are ringing me up with the right answer now, but we do have a winner, just so you know. You can stop texting. The answer to the question, Jackie, the question was, when this year the Gators and the Bulldogs are going to be top 10. Well, it's going to be 2 years in a row because we don't have to go very far back. Last year, Georgia and Florida were both ranked in the top 10. Georgia was the number 9 team in the country last year, along with Florida number 7. And that turned out the Georgia Bulldogs' way. They pulled away in the fourth quarter. The Gators had a chance in the fourth quarter. They had the lead in the second half of that ball game. Had a chance to maybe come back and win that game with Felipe Franks in that offense. But Georgia was able to pull away and win that ball game, and they won it 36-17. So the Georgia fans have been feeling like since that win last year that they're superior. And we're going to find that out next week. We'll talk about it at halftime. But my friend Ryan Brannon from out in Baker County was the guy that texted in and got it right. So Ryan Brannon, if you're listening in, you got the question right. Ryan, he actually texted me from a number that I didn't know was his number, and so it was actually his wife, Sandy, that texted in. So Sandy Brannon is the winner. So, Sandy, I want you to get Ryan to take you to that game. Bishop Kenny with another onside kick, Jackie, and they got new life here with 8 minutes to go in the ball game.
Hey, this is, I don't mean to bring up or put a damper on the mood for Bishop Kenny fans, but this is so reminiscent of the state championship game, once you get this running clock put on you, there may be a lot of good things that go your way. But we've already run through. We're almost down to 7 minutes in the fourth quarter, and nothing's really happened at all. That running clock is just not your friend once you get that thing put on you.
Well, we saw that in the state championship game. You mentioned it. We played American Heritage down in Orlando for the state championship a couple of years ago in 5A, and in the second half, I'm not saying, and there's an interception. Ronnie Ellis comes up and picks the ball off at the 30-yard line. The quarterback tried to throw one deep. And, Jackie, that's the fourth interception of the night by the Wildcats, and this might be, well, it's not, but I was going to say it might be the second in a row to go back for a touchdown, but Ellis was tackled down there. And so, hey, 4 interceptions tonight for this Wildcat defense. Can you believe it?
Hey, I can't say anything about the secondary anymore, man. Those guys, they're playing tremendous tonight, just sitting back. We'll let you get all the onside kicks you want, because we're probably just going to pick it off on the drive. So,
the Wildcats getting a lot of guys into the ball game. We've got the mid-quarter timeout. But I do want to thank American Recycling, Tim Hughes, that question, and I want to thank all those folks that sent in some answers. Some of those texts that came through were right. You were just a little bit behind Ryan Brandon, who got the question right on the first go. 2018, the Gators and the Bulldogs were ranked in the top 10. So we'll give those tickets away thanks to my man Tim Hughes down at American Recycling. And I'm still waiting for Tim Hughes to send me a score update on that Parker Westside game. The Wildcats, Jackie, with this running clock, the Wildcats are going to win tonight. We're going to move to 6-3 on the year, so we want to get the Wildcat fans prepared for what's coming next. We'll be on the road next week at Tallahassee to face Tallahassee Rickards on Friday of next week. That means that a lot of folks will be leaving McClenny around probably 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Let's see.
26-21 finals, what I got for Terry Parker Braves.
Well, they would have started about 6 o'clock. They would have started at 6 o'clock, so it would have been over by now. So if that's the case, and Terry Parker did win it 26-21, then that means Terry Parker is going to win our district this year. And that's going to mean that coming Tuesday this week, we're going to have to check those RPI rankings to see what that does to us.
Yeah, I mean,
we just don't know.
No, you don't know at all. I think we're okay because we were in the number 5 spot. So I mean, probably honestly, the lowest we could go was 6 if Westside is able to creep up there. But there's still a lot of games left to play.
Well, here's what happens though. So our record this week doesn't improve because we're beating a 1-6 Bishop Kenny team. So just so the Wildcat fans know, and Jamarian Baker is going to get loose here, and he's going to get a touchdown for the Cats to put us over the 50-point mark. But, Jackie, just so the Wildcat fans know, the winning percentage of your opponents is a factor.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? Their opponent's winning percentage is a factor. So it's not just your winning percentage. So the Wildcats' winning percentage will go up this week, and they'll be 6-3. But Bishop Kenny's winning percentage is going to go down. They're going to move to 1-7. And then just depending upon what their opponent's winning percentage is. Well, it can't be terrible because they played in the same district as us, so they've had Westside, Terry Parker, Baker County, and Blake Mays gets his 8th extra point of the night to make it 56-14. And Jackie, what a job by Blake Mays!
Yeah, Blake Mays. So all concentration tonight.
Yeah, hey, he's done a good job. But listen, so going back to that RPI formula, you just said it. The Wildcats were 5th out of 8 teams in the region this week. So Terry Parker likely will jump ahead of the Wildcats in the RPI this week. That'll move us down to at least 6, depending upon what else that means within those other, 7 teams within the rankings right now. We could move to 6. We might move to 7. I don't know. So we'll just have to see what those rankings mean. No doubt about it, it's going to come down to next week for us to find out if we're in the playoffs or not.
Yeah, and that's the thing every week, Mike. I mean, you don't know what's going to happen because so much changes. Your opponent's win percentage changes by whoever they play and if they win or lose or not. And then, there's just so much that goes into it. I hate it. I don't think it's the right formula. I think they're trying to get it. Oh, wow. Who was that?
Somebody offside again?
I mean, they weren't just offside. They were at the 50 before Blake Mays kicked the football. My goodness.
Tim Hughes, I apologize to you. You had texted me, but I I wasn't paying attention, so thank you.
Mike May's going to tee it up to kick it again. And, hey, listen, any penalties are not bad penalties right now because we do have the running clock. So that penalty ate up about another minute of play time.
Let's just be offsides for another 3 minutes and get out of here. You like that? Kickoff goes to Bishop Kenny. Wildcats up 56-14. Blake Mays has had a big night. The Wildcats have intercepted the ball 4 times. We've got a punt return, a blocked punt return for a touchdown. Alex Bowen's had a big night throwing the football. At least first half, we haven't really done that much in the second half. But I mean, my goodness, Jackie, what an offensive explosion and what a game night for these Wildcats.
Yeah, it's again just one of those nights where everything goes right for you, offensively, defensively, on special teams. You could have lined us up if things fell like this. I'm not sure who the opponent would have to be down there to keep it close because the Wildcats just doing everything right tonight.
Quarterback's going to keep one and run around the right side and go out of bounds on the far sideline. But, Jackie, we want the Wildcat fans that are still listening in to pay attention to the website this week because we're not 100% sure what night next week our coaches show is going to be in. We're leaning towards Thursday night, but we want the folks to know that is Halloween night, so we might have our coaches show on Halloween night next week. But pay attention to the website on the Facebook page of
the Wildcat Football Booster Club.
Wildcat Football Booster Club. Pay attention to that this week, and you'll find out when our radio show will be for next week. Along with the Glen Baptist Church website, we'll have John Meadows post that there as well. And we want to thank everybody for listening in tonight. It's been a big one. The Wildcats with a big 56-14 win. I want to thank all the sponsors that have helped make Wildcat football possible here on WFBB. We honestly couldn't do it without them. And that coaches show that I just mentioned is for one of our sponsors, Dependable Heating and Air Conditioning, my man Oscar Gray, and all those guys that have helped make it possible for this to be on the air. We do appreciate it. Next week we will make sure we get some additional sponsor mentions out there for everyone. And the Wildcats, Jackie, are going to pick off their 5th interception of the night.
Jamil Jones this time, and
he's going to take it to the house.
Oh, yeah, he is.
He made the wrong cut, but then he came back in, and now he's going to give Blake Mays a chance to get number 9. And I don't know what the record is.
I don't know.
And I don't want to jinx him, but Blake Mays.
I bet it's close to this. It's got to be close. I think.
Well, I know the record number of points we've scored, I believe, is 84, 82. I don't know. We used to have the program, Jack, and we got to talk to whoever's building our program.
Yeah.
But we used to have the record book within the front page of the program for the Wildcat football team, and we don't have that anymore. So if you're an influencer to the Wildcat football program, let's get that record book back so we can keep track of it. But we'll find out from Athletic Director John Staples what the record is here. But high snap, Blake Mays is going to have to work hard to get this one through there, but guess what? He got it.
What a night. Have a night, Blake Mays.
Have a night, Blake Mays. That's 9 extra points. You believe that? And we welcome you back here as the game has ended. The Wildcats with a 63-14 win on the road against Bishop Kenny tonight. The Wildcats intercept 5 passes against this Bishop Kenny offense. Blake Mays kicks 9 extra points for the Wildcats. And the Wildcat offense is just cruising here tonight. And I'll get you some final stats in maybe just a moment. But the Wildcats with the 63-14 win. The Cats moved to 6-3 on the season and 2-2 in district play, and setting themselves up as a team that is playing good at the end of the season. And that's what you want to be doing. You want to be playing good towards the end of the season as the Wildcats are looking to make a playoff run. The Wildcats end tonight with over 380 yards of total offense. Wildcats ran 41 plays, though, and so that means that their average per play was almost 10 yards per play tonight. So the Wildcats, not a lot of offensive plays. That's partly because we had the running clock in the second half and time was limited. But when they did have the ball in their hands tonight, my goodness, this Wildcat offense put on a show. Let me just give you a couple of individual stats for the Wildcats tonight. Alex Bowen with 202 yards passing with 2 touchdowns. And Scooby Graham on the night, 51 yards on 7 carries, 2 touchdowns as well. And the Wildcats ended with 200 yards passing, almost 200 yards rushing. So a very balanced attack for this Wildcat offense, and a good night of football here on what's been a beautiful night from Bishop Kenny High School. The Wildcats get the 63-14 win. Congratulations to Ryan Brannon. Ryan Brannon was our dependable heating and air conditioning Wildcat trivia winner tonight. He'll have 2 tickets to the Jaguars-Jets game this coming Sunday. And thanks to all the Wildcat fans for listening in as the Wildcats get the big win here in district play. We did find out that Terry Parker beat Westside in what was a district championship ball game tonight. So congratulations to Terry Parker as they are going to win our district this year. Stay tuned to the Baker County Wildcat Booster Club football Booster Club page this week to find out when our next radio show will be. We'll also post that on the Glen Baptist website as well, and Facebook page, and we'll give you that information as soon as we know it. Also, next Friday night, 7 o'clock from Tallahassee Rickards, the Wildcats will face Tallahassee Rickards in our final regular season game of the year. So I want to say thank you to John Meadows, Pastor Chaz Rowland, and the fine folks at Glen Baptist Church. And I want to say thank you to all the Wildcat fans that have listened in here tonight as Baker County gets the big win, 63-14, over the Bishop Kenny Crusaders. With that, good night, everybody. We'll talk to you next week.
WFBB-LP, Glen St. Mary, McClenny, 97.5, the beacon of Baker County.